body, like, because I vaguely remember
So
that we met up with
Sephidia,
some of her
okay,
people.
okay. Well, just to catch Glenn up,
Okay,
so
yeah.
Sephidia was a character Kenya used to play, and she had this kind of a homebrew, unique ability that she was not proficient in yet, but she was working on to become a member of that organization that she was belonged to, which was a kind of like touchable history type of ability. So objects, like if she would like hold an object in her hands and she could kind of see parts of that object's history, like who used to own it, or maybe emotionally charged events that involved that object, or things like this. She couldn't do it perfectly. It was something that it was her own
Okay.
unique skill she was working on. But anyway, she decided to use it on the rod, and she used it on the rod, and she was finding very interesting things about it. But she kept getting these weird, like shocks, or not shocks, but like these weird, like just flashes of something very crazy among the normal visions. And like the deeper she delved into this, like they kept getting like longer and more frequent. And she, as the dwarves did, dug too deep and too far, and eventually something happened to her,
For science.
and she fell
It was a
unconscious.
character.
Like just she was just looking into the rod, as from the other player's point of view. Here's Sephidia just concentrating on the rod, and all of a sudden, like she just her eyes just go like roll back into her head, and she starts like convulsing, and she's just like just froze. Her face is just frozen in fear, and she's just breathing heavily, like
I still have the picture.
yeah.
Haunts my
And
dreams.
they can't wake her up, and they couldn't wake
Damn.
her up. Like they don't know what happened to her. They tried everything to wake her up. She's, for lack of a better word, in a coma. She's yeah. So you had to kind of lug
It
her.
got her. The rod
She,
got her.
no,
We're
she
fine.
taking a break. She just sleeping. She fine.
Yeah. So
Yeah, like my mom.
so yeah.
Shut up.
She saw something. She saw something, or something connected with her, or something trapped her. That's as far as anybody can guess. But whatever it is wasn't good. Judging by the look on her face, because she just looked like she was absolutely terrified. And so yeah, that happened. Okay, moving
wild.
on. Let's see. When they got back to town, I don't remember if the initial sighting happened now or before, but there was a very strange man kind of wandering around half naked with pants on his head. Um, who was later, after like certain sightings of this man, I forget who it was who actually captured him, but it was found out that this was the very person that Garen, the dwarf, was actually, or his company was tasked with finding. So Garen, Josh's old character, used to run with a crew called Vega Company, which is like a mercenary group, and they were tasked by the king of Column to find his missing son. And so their search led them into the Shifting Mountains, where there was just a terrible accident in the mountains. Rocks fell, people died, literally, quite literally. So Vega Company was wiped out. But lo and behold, in this town of Hectocardes was this prince. And he was very nutso, something very wrong with him. But nonetheless, it was figured out that, yeah, that's him. That's the guy. And so they're like, okay, great. So they're going to take the prince with them. So, with everything wrapped up, I think that's everything. Let's see.
Yeah, because wasn't he in the Mind Flayer playground?
It was found out that he was, yes. He was captured. He was abducted by the Mind Flayers. What they did to him is unknown. Yeah, what they did to him is completely unknown.
Anal probe.
Yeah, but
He's doing like a little better though, right?
after
think I remember.
extensive rituals and cleansing, like he's doing better, but his wits are still. It's like he has Parkinson's disease right now, along with a couple other things. There's something still kind of wrong with him.
Oh, for sure.
Also, you uncovered Harold. Harold also happened to be Harold, one of the famous explorers.
Love Harold.
And so this is something that Lloyd's character would probably know about, because Harold and Kumar, which is how this whole campaign all started. Harold and Kumar go to White Castle.
They want to go to White Castle.
Right, it's the Ivory Tower, isn't it?
I love the very exquisite mix of super serious D&D and absurd pop culture references that this campaign
This
is.
campaign,
Yeah.
originally, I intended for this campaign to be hilariousness across the board. At some point, it became serious. I don't know when that happened. But
was
with the mix of
after
the
Bed Bath
rod,
and
the
Beyond.
craziness of the rod, and the fact that, oh yeah, Harold and Kumar, where are they going? White Castle, of course. So
Yeah.
yes. Anyway, long story short, Harold and Kumar are two NPC characters in my game who are famous explorers. They're kind of like the Lewis and Clark of my world. So they're the Lewis and Clark of my world. So they're pretty famous, and a lot of people have heard of them. Anybody who's lived in a big city or is not under a rock has probably heard of them. So anyway, so Harold, one of the two, was found in Hectocardes. What's that?
It is an ambulance near my house.
Got it. So he had been in one of the small caves underneath of the city, and he had very clearly been tortured. For what purpose, you're not sure. Actually, he did tell you. They wanted to know things about. Oh gosh, I can't remember at this point. They were torturing him for some information. But anyway, you don't know who it was who did it. All you know is that you found him underneath this system. According to him, the person who was doing this to him was someone who you guys had met in the town named I forget his name. He was the guy who always dressed very nice in blue and
The hot guy?
yeah, kind of.
Oh,
like
man.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name
the guy
either.
who looked like Colonel Mustang from Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah.
There was a hot guy?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't remember his name, but
I'm going to go get my book and see if it's in there, but continue.
But you know the guy I'm talking about. Anyway,
Yes.
so whoever was torturing him said he looked just like that guy. However, I forget through what means you did it. Maybe it was like a truth ritual or just simple scientific deduction or something. You determined that was impossible. Like, it could not be that guy. Like, either that guy was unconscious at the time or he was with you at the time, or like there's no way that could be the case. So he was cleared of that suspicion, even though Harold is still weary being around him. But so anyway, someone was impersonating this guy in order to either cause trouble in the city or get back at Harold or something. So shapeshifters and that such kind of came into the realm of the realm of imagination. So like, okay, maybe we're dealing with a shapeshifter here. And I think it was from that point that you departed Hectocardes finally. So Yuna, Zakar, and Sephidia, or I should say Yuna and Zakar took Sephidia with them and left the city to seek help from their own organization for Sephidia, trying to do something for her if they could. Let's see. Did this.
Thomas Black? I don't think that's it. I think
That's
somebody else.
later. Yeah, that's later.
Yeah. I found like Harold conversation notes, but it's not in there, so I don't know.
Yes. So one of the NPCs in Hectocartes was this tiefling bartender named Z, who you guys talked to on a number of occasions. Seems like Z might have been an information dealer of sorts in his old life, because he managed to point you in the direction of someone who happens to know a little thing or two about shapeshifters. And so that was your next kind of clue. So, following Z's advice, you went to search for a guy called the Collector in Column, who supposedly knows something about shapeshifters. So you teleport to Column. You leave Reshma and Tarhak decide to stay in that city. Stay in Hectocartes. So those are two PCs had to exit the game, and so they're still in Hectocartes as far as we know. Let's see. Some of the shifters from Rain's tribe, who she'd been searching for, were found in Hectocartes, so they came with you. As well as a bard named Antonio Bandersnatch, a young squatta named Shunt, Rang, who you had found in the... Yeah, Rang, who was in... You originally found Rang in the Far Realm, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he is our adopted son.
Yeah, he's like your adopted son. And, of course, Harold himself. So all of you teleport to Column City, and you went through their rigorous, policy, customs policy. Like, they're very rigorous in Column, like high security people coming in and out. So you went through security, you had to pull some hijinks to get both the Onyx Orb and the Rod through security, but you pulled it off.
We like skirted the rod under, like, inside of the floor.
It was pretty ingenious.
Yeah, you like literally made like a rail gun underground out of dirt or something and shot it. Like, you managed to somehow make like a, like one of those tubes at the bank that you put it in.
Yes.
So you managed to do that in the ground or something crazy like that. Anyway, it worked.
It was something like that.
It was fun and it worked.
All right.
The prince was returned to the king. He's very grateful for that. And then it's at that point where the prince started getting some help from the king's own staff, his own clerics and whatnot. They performed all kinds of rituals on him, but the best that they could do still wasn't quite good enough to get him back to perfect. He still has some, like, he's still very shaky, like he has Parkinson's disease, and is still very like TPS or what's it like?
PTSD.
TPSD. I almost said.
Quite scattered.
It's like, yeah, no, it's still very PTSD'd. But anyway, so yeah, the king was very grateful, and for that, I think he gave you a reward. He gave Garen a very big reward because he was one of the people tasked for finding him. It was from the king, though, that you learned of the current problems that Column was facing. One of which was some very bizarre event, which they were calling Jelly Rain.
Jelly Rain!
That's what they called it, because they didn't know what else to call it. There would be these strange instances in which the cloud, if it was like a cloudy day, the clouds might suddenly shift color to a slightly dingy green, and then these like large globs of goo, like jelly, literal jelly, would start to like fall from the sky. Some small, like maybe only about a fist size, or some of them were huge and contained creatures within them. But all of them were like just this gross stuff inside, like bits of bone or hair or flesh, or just weird, gross stuff inside.
Delicious.
Yeah, but the ones with the living things inside, the gel almost seemed to serve as like a landing pod, so that the creature inside wouldn't be destroyed on impact. So the gel would fall, there would be a huge, just a big bomb of gel, which would be enough to prevent the creature inside from being damaged. And then the creature inside the pod would simply wake up, unburrow, and just start massacring anything around it. And all of these creatures were always aberrant. And because of the ever-growing rift to the west of Column, where Penesto used to be, it was thought that these creatures were somehow coming out of the Far Realm, going over into... they didn't know how they were appearing in the sky, but it was thought that there was a connection there. Either the energy from the Far Realm was affecting the weather and creating extra portals above the city, or something. They're not sure, but while you guys were in the mountains, though, apparently the rift that appeared in Penesto grew in size, and like legion, in addition to the legion of creatures that already appeared when the rift first appeared, like more kept pouring out. And so Column City, in response to this, had sent a huge force to the west in order to try and stave that off or deal with it. And so you found Colum when you arrived back there to be in a state of defensive state. So, business as usual within the city, but very wary people and more guards than ever before. They're like always on alert for what's going to come from, what's the weather like today kind of situation. The other problem is they keep getting harried by strange elemental, like fire elementals from just all over the place. All of the outskirting, like south, east, southeast, even northish sometimes. There would just be these random, out of nowhere attacks by fire elementals who would strike quickly, kill off the fighters, abduct whoever's remaining, and then they would be gone before like main forces could arrive to do anything. So it was just these like hit and run tactics, and they would just come and go, and Column City was at a loss because they have, on the one hand, they've got to deal with this huge force of aberrant creatures to the west, and they got to deal with protecting their citizens like all over the countryside to like the east and south. But it was the fire elementals that kind of piqued Rain's interest, because Rain's whole civilization was nearly wiped out by what can only be called fire elementals, who did just what people were describing. They came in, they wrecked the place, killed a lot of her folk, and then kidnapped the rest, or is what seems to be the case.
What could be assumed, yeah. It fit the bill.
Or it fit the bill. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, sorry. So you took a kind of backseat ride with, we'll call it the cops. The main, or the elite force, the elite fighting force in Column City is called the Reigns of Law, which are so the Reigns of Law, they ride on griffins. They're Griffinaut knights, and so you flew with them in response to an ongoing or a sudden elemental attack, offering your aid. And of course, with your reputation, bringing the prince back and having kind of the king's, badge of honor in your name, they're like, well, okay. So they allowed you to come along. You fought a group of fire elementals. You captured one of them and questioned it. And sorry, it's at that point is where you found out the specifics.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you questioned one of them very sharply and found out the specifics. And you found out was that there was one main creature who was leading these attacks named Jinox.
Jinox. That's a lot of notes on.
Yes, Jinox was the main elemental leading these attacks. Apparently, Jinox was a unique elemental, as it was the son of Imix, the elemental primordial of fire. So if you think of a hierarchy, Imix is like king fire elemental, and Jinox would be prince fire elemental. And so Jinox was tasked with going into the world, making these attacks. They only killed off the fighters. They're not interested in killing everyone. They actually need people alive, especially babies and children. That's their main thing, because what the elemental told you was that in order for Imix to create new elementals, he requires souls, and the younger the soul, the younger and newer the soul, the brighter the flame will be. And so Jinox especially targets the kidnapping of the young.
Yeah, sort of White Walkers them.
Yeah, sort of White Walkers them. So anyway, so takes the young and as many souls as they can find, brings them back to Imix, where Imix will transform them into new fire elementals. So that's what's been going on. And so knowing that, you realize that, okay, that's where my family are. That's where my people are. They're in the elemental chaos. And you had no clue if they were still alive or if they're dead or what happened. But clearly, if they were captured, that's where they would be. And so that was a lead for that for Rain's quest line. Other than, let's see, what else was going on around that time? Let's see.
Colin.
Shapeshifters. Oh yeah. So, that guy. Was it something Black?
Thomas.
Thomas Black. Yeah. So I kind of skipped over that part. So you did, following Z's advice, the previous info dealer, you found this guy called the Collector, and spoke with him. And since he owed Z a favor, he gave you this story for free, which was the story of Thomas Black. So this Collector, this information dealer, he knew for a fact that the actual man named Thomas Black was dead. He knew for a fact that man was murdered by the mob and was dead. But yet, still, there was someone posing as Thomas Black within the city who completely uprooted his life, changed careers, and was now doing something completely different, which seemed way off. And so from this information dealer, the main thing you gleaned was that Thomas Black was not who he claimed to be. So then you started to follow him around. You tried to get in touch with him, or speak with him directly, only to find out that he had no tongue. You tried to communicate with him mentally, telepathically, but it's very hard to gauge somebody's truthfulness or falsefulness just based on telepathy. There's no voice to read. There's no... and whoever it was had very little facial expression, so you couldn't get much out of him. So you decided to stalk him a little bit. You found where he lived, and you broke into his apartment and looked around to find out more about him. And upon close inspection, even though his apartment was very neat and tidy and clean, there were hidden compartments here and there hiding all manner of very... specific goods that all pointed to the same profession, which was assassin. So he was either some kind of spy or some kind of assassin. I believe some of you stole some of his stuff. I'm pretty sure Jayez took a bunch of poisons from his place. And but anyway, so you knew that. You then tried to follow him once more, although that was botched and he got away, and you have not seen him since. So
by botched, are you referring to the farting incident?
Yeah, I'm referring to the farting incident.
Okay.
The fart of 93.
The fart of 93.
That's right.
Oh, that was me.
It's like, oh, that was me. Right.
I was looking at some notes.
You're like, where's that at? That's
People
not
accusing
down
me
Fart
of
93.
flash bloods.
Okay.
I'm very stealthy, thank
So
you
anyway.
very much.
So with Thomas Black just completely MIA and no other leads to go on down that thread, the party turned their attention to Rain's immediate thoughts at hand, which were like, "Where's my family? Let's go." And so Harold, being the historian that he was, he doesn't know a lot about like the primordial planes, but he knows enough to know that you'd probably want to start at the City of Brass. So it was Harold's idea to go to the City of Brass because that's like where all the movers and shakers in the elemental chaos are. It's the biggest city in the elemental chaos. It is also the oldest city in existence, according to a lot of scholars. And so he said, yeah, go there, see what you can find. So you decide, all right, let's do it. So you all saddle up, you teleport, or you plane shift into the elemental chaos, where you're immediately met with the hot, sulfurous, steaming air that feels like hell, and you're like, and you just, it's a terrible shift, but there you are. And let's see, I don't know what happened to my music.
It's on strike.
I didn't have it on loop. That's what happened.
I
was
the
being
track probably
respectful.
just ended. It's
in
in awe of this story.
They're like, wow, I need to shut up and listen. Whoa. It's good.
Oh yeah, I even had like this one.
Oh yeah, and you made a lot of these tracks yourself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like put together like a bit of this, a bit of that. But is it looping or not looping. I can never tell. If it's like, is it looped when it's gray or is it looped when it's black? I don't know. Let's just try this and see if it loops.
Whoa, black?
We'll find out. We'll find out.
It's
If
my
it
best.
stops, then I know. Okay, anyway. So yeah, you go to the City of Brass, and you know, it is every bit a strange place as Harold taught you guys. So he taught you the basics. He basically said, don't forget, Ifrits are the ruling class there, not humans. So whatever Ifrits say, go. Treat all of them as if they're royalty, otherwise you're going to get in big trouble. So you remembered that more than anything else.
Oh man, I didn't. I got us into big trouble.
Oh boy.
Or I got me into big trouble.
I was gonna
man.
say we were fine.
Yeah.
So
Well,
anyway,
we broke into some guy's house though.
We did, but we didn't get caught, so it's
Oh,
fine.
that was
Yeah.
fun.
Okay.
So
Oh,
Never
yeah.
happened.
so anyway,
We had to separate the party though, because
That was
Uh,
wild.
so the first thing you did when you got to the City of Brass is you started asking around for shifters. Anybody seen shifters? I'm looking for my kin. You know, this was kind of like a ping pong effect. You know, you talk to this guy, then that guy led you to that guy. Eventually, it led you to some docks, like a port area near the Sea of Fire, which is literally a sea of lava.
It's very cool.
And you met. Oh yes, you found a shifter there who had been enslaved. I forget what his name was, but one of the shifters.
Oh, just give me a sec.
For the sake of brevity, I'll just.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that shifter, once you were able to talk with him without his, he had been enslaved. So he was working as a slave, as many of the folk in the City of Brass are slaves.
I believe that was Cedar.
It might have been Cedar. It was whoever was working at the docks. But anyway, from Cedar, you learned what happened after the transition to the elemental plane of chaos. You learned what happened to all the other shifters. So a lot of them had been set upon by this group of fire giants. And so in all the chaos of running away from these fire giants, a large pack of your tribe had made it their escape. However, a number of them were captured. And so within the City of Brass itself, this one shifter knew of at least 3 or 4 other shifters who were probably in the city somewhere. And he kind of told you as much as he knew about where the others might be, and you took it from there. So you started going to each of these shifters in turn, trying to find them out, find out where they know, freeing them, and you know, eventually all of this led you to a particular inn that you were staying at. And in this, I can't remember exactly how it happened. You found out that in the City of Brass, oh yes, there was an auction. There was an auction.
I spent a lot of money.
There was an auction going on, and they were auctioning off these slaves. And so, of course, Rain was there bidding on, or hoping to bid on her people to get them free. And there was another unfamiliar person there.
I made a friend.
You made a kind of friend who introduced himself as Darwin. Although very quickly, as the day went on, it became immediately apparent this was not a stranger, but it was in fact Kellogg. It was Alsatius Kellogg, or at least one of his avatars. And so there was a very standoffish moment where everybody's like, whoa. And especially Sturge, Sturge, who has been like the bane of Alsatius' existence, and for the longest time, they've been kind of like nemesis. They didn't know what to do, but Kellogg's remained calm and did not fight in the situation. He actually pointed out that given that neither of you nor he were Ifrit, that it would not be in your best interest to start anything here. And so you both backed down for, you know, your own genuine self-interest. And you found out why he was there. He was there bidding on, not slaves apparently, but there were some tieflings who had been enslaved. And he was there bidding on those tieflings to get free them, which he did. he also, if I'm not mistaken, helped Rain pay for one of your shifter people.
He might have.
I think he did.
He did something.
I thought like
Yeah.
Finagle like helped us get into the auction, or was it?
No,
not
I was
help
we were already
us?
at the auction.
You were already in the auction when you met him.
Okay.
But I think he, at some point, he paid for. Oh yes, the auction for one of your shifters was going way over your budget. There was no way you were going to be able to afford it.
Ah, yeah.
And
This sounds-
but
doesn't
it
say
was
the
at that
outfit.
point. It was at that point that I think he noticed and started bidding for your shifter.
Yeah.
And once the bidding was done, he said a few words in private to the shifter, and then just kind of gestured towards you, and the shifter was released back into your custody. And
That sounds correct.
Yeah. So
Because I had a lot of money, but I didn't have.
So that was
Unlimited.
an unusual move on his part, and kind of Sturge questioned why he did it. So Sturge remained suspicious of Kellogg during this time. Then he decided to, I think, talk with you further, and I don't remember exactly how it came about, but one way or another, he learned that you had the Onyx Orb, and he proposed a deal to you. And the deal was that he apparently had knowledge of where the rest of your people were. You don't know how he knows this. Well, actually, he said that he knew because he had actually been there and seen them with his own eyes. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Which would, I'm thinking in like logic, like stuff I know that you guys don't know, that it's like, yeah, that's probably true actually. So he had seen them with his own eyes, and he was saying that if you agree to give me the Onyx Orb, and I will show you, I will not only show you where these shifters are, but I will help get them to you. It was at that point he warned you one thing though. He said, do not wait on this offer, because the place where they are is very dangerous, and likely they do not even realize what danger they're in. And so you guys were like, okay, negotiated a bit and said, okay, how about in addition to that, you also release Kumar, who's also in your custody, isn't it? Or you've got Kumar as well. And he just kind of looked at you and was just like, sure. Like, it's just like, why not? Like I don't even need that guy anymore. And so, so he agreed to that as well. In order to ensure everything was on the solid, you guys went through an escrow service. I remember.
Yeah, it was. We were genuinely very careful about it.
So you used an Ifrit escrow service, which is very strict.
What was his name? Like Assface or something?
No,
like
it
that?
was Madas.
Madas. There
Madas.
we go.
Madass. If
Yeah,
you guys read
Madass
it,
Merkel.
Madass Merkel. It's like Madas. Badass. Anyway, so yeah, so you went through an escrow service on the agreement that, you know, the escrow service would hold the Onyx Orb in its possession, and then 2 witnesses from the escrow service would travel with you. They would witness the events, determine if Kellogg's upheld his end of the bargain, and if by the witnesses' account he did so, and then released Kumar, only then would the Onyx Orb be in his possession.
Yeah.
So that was what the agreement was made. So,
Let's get all the shifters out and release them.
yeah, so you struck
he
that
did.
bargain, or the deal was made, contract was signed, and you took the Ifrit that introduced you to the escrow service is important as well. Is the Icarus Ignazi, was a contact of Alsatius's in the city of Brass. So there was this Ifrit noble named Icarus. So Icarus he was the younger brother of a wealthy family, and he and Alsatius apparently had a lot of business dealings, which is why they were so close. So anyway, Icarus had an airship, which he decided to loan to Ural's cause, since Alsatius asked nicely, and offered some other sweet deals. So you took his airship to go there. What did we break? Oh yeah.
The airship?
Yeah,
We
yeah.
might have.
So, on the trip, there were a couple encounters with elementals and such. Yes, Sturge had a very unique dream, in which he received something. He woke up and next to him was something on his pillow, which I'm not sure he actually told anyone about. Although you guys,
Sorry.
you know about the, you know that I think he mentioned he had a dream and that this thing was on, but he hasn't mentioned what happened in that dream.
It's personal.
Yeah. So,
It's valid.
so there's something going on with Sturge that you're unaware of.
That sounds correct.
He's going through something here.
So,
He's
Oh,
becoming a man.
finally.
in any case, the destination was a small clump of like elemental soil called Glomnull. Glomnull is known because it is it's one of those places that never shifts. It never shifts like and changes shape, and it's always surrounded by these thick clouds that just constantly pour rain. It is constantly raining on Glomnull. And so, Glomnull, when you made it there, let's change up the music again. Let's see. Yeah. So when you went to Glomnull, you got there only to discover that it was completely like filled with just gloom and sullen misery. Like everybody there seemed to be just kind of like just going through the motions of life. People would talk to you, but everybody seemed more preoccupied with something on their mind, and you couldn't really figure out what it was. But there was a very strange element to the town where people would just kind of watch you. Like as you walked by on the street, like all of the people would just walk you. They were all Ganassi, like a species of not elementals, but elemental-ish humanoids. Some were fire Ganassi, some were water Ganassi, air Ganassi, and so on. But all of these Ganassi that lived on this place, Glomnull, all were very, just silent, very silent. If you talked to them, they would talk back, but only in very short sentences, such as just like, "Oh, sure, I can do that," and very, very creepy. Like,
Exceedingly.
yeah. You did manage to find one or two, you did manage to find all of the shifters, the rest of the remaining shifters in this town. It seems that somehow the shifters had found their way to Glomnull, and the people who lived in Glomnull had promised them safety and security for as long as they wanted to stay here. And so far, it seemed like they were holding up their side of the bargain. As dismal and gloomy as the place was, at least they were being fed. As like kind of gross the meal was, they were being nourished. They were able to sleep. They had simple things to do to entertain themselves. It was a very meager existence, but it was better than being out in the elemental chaos, being chased by fire giants and such. So they had kind of stayed there. What they did not know was something that Kellogg's told you, is that once every cycle, which is the way they kind of measure time in the elemental chaos, there is a strange droning noise, almost like a howl or like a groan, and it pervades throughout the entire area, and anyone who hears it, who is not a follower of Dagon, will immediately go to the nearest source of water and drown themselves. So, that is the part that nobody told the shifters. Slowly, the shifters had been trying to convert the Ganassi had been trying to convert the shifters over to their side in a very, "this is our cult, please join us" type of way.
They don't like religion, though, so it was only mildly effective.
So yeah, it was not very effective. But it would only be a matter of time before the cleansing would happen, as it did every cycle. And so it was your all's job to get all of the shifters out of there before this happened. So you had to not only locate them all, but find a way for them all to get on the airship, and
Drag some of the kids out of church.
yeah. So you came up with these plans. Okay, let's split up. You go over there, look for people. I'll go over here, look for people. We'll knock on doors. We'll find as many people as we can. So you were trying your best to have everybody accounted for, but there was still a number, including your father, who was unaccounted for. This led you to deeper investigation. Your investigations led you to a wizard's tower, who was not Genasi. In fact, he was from a completely different plane. He was from the Shadow Realm, and his name was Darmond. So Darmond lived in a wizard tower on this plane and has somehow been unaffected entirely by the cleansing every time it comes through, even though he is not a member of this cult, of this Dagon cult. So you decide to go ask this wizard what he knows, and it was there that you found that, well, no one was home. You poked around, and eventually you went inside and didn't find much, only that his place was a complete mess. Like, this guy, if he's still living here, is a total slob. There was a naked Genasi, kind of half wrapped in blankets, on the first floor.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, kind of just snoring. You went up. Since she was snoring, though, you just walked past her and up the stairs, where there was a lab, and another stairs where there's a little library, and finally at the top stair, where you heard a crow calling or a raven calling, and then you heard somebody's voice, sounded like common, and it was there that you met Benny. So Benny, you found this very large Eladrin fellow, who was just sitting on a bed with a little bit of a pouty face, but then he saw you, and then he immediately stood up and walked over to the door. There was a strange barrier in front of the door that was preventing him from leaving. And he tried to describe to you what this barrier was and how it worked. But it seems that you were unable to diffuse it by yourself, because it was the arcane nature of it was beyond you or something. It was at that moment that you heard footsteps on the roof. Someone came down, and this was apparently the resident wizard of the tower, Darmond. Darmond was a unique individual as well. He was Shadar Kai. Are you familiar with Shadar Kai? Yeah. So he was a Shadar Kai wizard, and he said that he was living here to produce this special alcoholic beverage that he was selling at an exorbitant price, which I think you guys eventually did try, and it's amazing. But the point is, though, he said that Benny had... there was a misunderstanding between him and Benny, where Benny did not pay enough for a bottle of this liquor, even though he thought he did. Then he ran off with it. He had it in his gloves of storing. But then when he was caught by Darmond, brought back here and imprisoned, he's like, hey, give me my stuff back. Benny tried, but he couldn't. There was something wrong with the gloves. And so they were at an impasse. Darmond doesn't really want to kill Benny, but he doesn't want to lose an entire bottle of this stuff that cost him so much to make. And so he's like, well, you're going to stay in there until you figure it out. And so that's what Benny was in there doing when he came. And Benny is just like, hey, get me out of here. This guy's been, kidnapped me and imprisoned me up here. And you guys weren't really sure who to trust at this point. You're like, it's like, is this true? Is this true? I'm not sure who's telling the truth here. But eventually, I think Kellogg was with you. Yes, Kellogg was with you when he went into the tower. And he said, I was like, perhaps I can help. And he knew of a little trick. Whereas if you put the glove on and hold it in a certain way and do a certain incantation, that it will kind of snap your finger backwards a little bit, but it will kind of eject whatever's in the glove. So at the cost of Benny's sprained wrist, the bottle of Elquinov, as it is called, was recovered. And then at that point, Darmond had no further problem with the issue. He says, as long as I have my stuff back. He gave it a whiff to make sure it was still the real thing. He's like, yep, that's it. And at that, he's just like, okay. And then, he let Benny go. Kellogg's then talked privately with Darman for a little bit about something, while the rest of you kind of... I forget what you did at that point. Oh yeah, you were still concerned with looking for the shifters. So, he told you about what was going on in town. He said that, yeah, this place is run by... there's the leader of this place is this priest. And yeah, I've seen a couple of shifters walking around with him. I hear there's some sort of underground meeting lair that they have if you go into the church. It's like, I haven't been there myself, I don't really care, but probably if you're looking for them, that's where they'd be. So there was your lead. So you followed the lead down to the church, where there was a lot of creepy stuff going on, chants and whatnot. But you waited for everybody to leave, where you snuck inside and found the secret passage that led down into the mines below. And the mines themselves were long abandoned, but clearly had been infested with a number of void sloths, like black sloths. Making your way through these mines led you into an even deeper lair, which had a broken, ruined temple within it. And the temple was a temple to Dagon, the very, deity they were supposedly worshiping here, which makes sense. This was apparently all some very ancient temple to Dagon. Like, they had been worshiping him for some time. And it was down here that you found the head priest and Rain's father. Rain's father and a couple of the remaining shifters were all being suspended in this weird water bubble, apparently being prepared for the next sacrifice that would summon the droning or the cleansing. So immediately they spring into action, but not before the priest is able to see them and retaliate. So that's when the fight starts, and during this fight, the priest called out to Dagon, who answered. So Dagon answered the priest's call and actually appeared in his humanoid form, crawling from one of the lower abyssal trenches and appearing in front of you. It was at this point that the fight went completely south. Benny, I think, among others, almost died 3 times over, barely escaping.
Yeah, Benny was barely hanging in there.
That's right.
Yeah. People were getting swatted down by this entity, the humanoid form of Dagon known as Gadian DeMarlo. So this Gadian DeMarlo fellow, he had this extremely, almost like Cloud Strife-esque, Max Buster sword made of black onyx that he was wielding with one hand because he only has one arm.
And he only needs one arm to fuck your day up.
And he was just waylaying you guys. You were in immediate escape mode. Luckily, Benny, with his arcane mastery, recognized something in the back of the temple as a demon gate, which, through a little bit of arcane hacking, could be pointed into another direction and used as a teleportation circle. So even though he was badly wounded and bleeding out, Benny was able to describe to you what you needed to do post-haste in order to turn this gate into something that will get you out of here. During the fight, Kellogg, surprisingly, had a discussion trying to dissuade Gadian DeMarlo from annihilating you all entirely. Unfortunately, his lies apparently did not faze this lord. And
yeah, because they have history, right?
yeah. So whatever Kellogg was trying to say to Gadian was not believing, and instead instructed him to reprove his worth. Sturge in this time was in mental communication with Kellogg, who he said, "I'm sorry, but my hands are tied." And then Kellogg then joined Gadian's side in the attack. However, in all the commotion, there was a huge crash into the top of this cavern, and the front bow of the airship was then plowed into the cavern, causing a huge cave-in, while some of Darman's famous retriever spiders started falling in, joining on your side of the fight. So, in other words, someone, probably one of Kellogg's other avatars, had crashed the airship into the temple in order to cause a distraction long enough for you guys to make your escape. So, you had almost completed it, except for one final thing. You just needed fire, some source of fire to light a brazier to make it whole. But there was no fire. You guys were all epic level. Nobody has a fucking source of fire. Nobody had a source of fire. And in a moment of incredibly ridiculous thinking, Sturge reaches into his bag of everlasting provisions and says, "Bananas, Foster!"
Sure.
Lifts up his bananas, Foster, which are, of course, flaming bananas with chocolate. Flaming bananas
That's
into the
right.
brazier. The ritual is complete, and the teleportation circle whirs into life, sending you all straight back to the city of Brass. So,
You did read this on Reddit somewhere?
wait, what?
Yeah, JD posted on the Reddit forum about it. We're like, yep,
Yeah,
that was us.
that was me. I posted that on Reddit. Yeah. So, anyway. So, yeah, Kellogg apparently, you know that Kellogg apparently works for, or worked with, like, Dagon. So that much is something everybody knows now. However, it didn't seem like he was willing to, he actually tried to prevent the whole attack from happening. It just didn't work.
So after we escaped, did Kellogg's turn to Dagon and say, Dagon?
Well, you. Well, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that simulacrum of Kellogg's, you guys turned to stone somehow.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, we did,
Yeah.
yeah.
With the rod, it was probably with the
It was
rod.
It
probably
was
the
probably the rod.
That's right.
But anyway, yeah. So you turned that simulacrum into a stone. But you came
I actually think Garen might have done
you came with two simulacrum though. There was two of them. I remember because on the trip over there, you kept bothering both of them, asking him, "Hey, can you see it if I do this? Can he see it if I do this? Are your minds linked? Hey!" They're like, and he kept getting really aggravated with
it.
Garen.
Can
in
you read
particular.
two books at once?
Can you read
That
two
was
books at
definitely
once?
Garen.
Yeah, that was Garen.
Garen!
Garen
Absolutely,
Garen
Garen.
kept bugging the crap out of Alsacius and trying to figure out like what's the extent of this, multi-personality thing. So anyway, it's from what Garen could tell, all of these different simulacra of Kellogg's they have a shared memory, but not necessarily a exact shared consciousness. So anything that one remembers, all of them remember. But it's not like they hear, like one person is hearing 12 different conversations. It's not like that. So, but yeah, it's like Kagebunshin no Jutsu, only more permanent. Yeah. So, so yeah. Anyway, but the other simulacrum was there waiting for you in the city of Brass. It was still at his house, not his house, Icarus's house, the Ifrit noble's house. So once you brought all your family back, the witnesses from the escrow service were there to confirm that yes, everybody was accounted for. Kellogg's fulfilled his end of the bargain. You are now obligated to fulfill this end of the bargain. Oh yeah, sorry, there was one last thing. He did free Kumar, who he had in his possession. He said it'll take a moment because, I have to mentally contact someone who can perform a ritual and then send them. So, but long story short, you got Kumar back as well. But you guys decided to send him to Column City rather than the city of Brass, because the city of Brass is just kind of sketchy.
We felt like he had been traumatized.
Yeah. So, it was at that point that the Onyx Orb was released into Alsacius's custody. At that point, he took his leave, and you have not seen him since. He did offer up one thing, though, because Icarus, now that he was furious about losing his airship. Icarus was very pissed at Kellogg's for destroying his airship like that.
Yeah,
And Kellogg's, in an effort to kind of quell his anger and keep business relations smooth, he offered him a number of things. Number one, he had stolen a bottle of that Elquinov from Darmond, and he said, like, this will sell anywhere, and I know the man who makes it, and I can get you in contact with him. So with that as a starter, and also with the fact that he knows how badly Icarus hates his older brother. There's a huge sibling rivalry there. Tarkus is the older brother. He said, look, what if we can do something to defame your elder brother? And then you had Icarus's attention. And plus, Icarus, if I'm not mistaken, had one or two shifters in his slavery service as well, which he didn't really need, he just had them. But he said, he never gives anything for nothing. So he said, I want something in return. And so a new plan was come up with, like, okay, if you guys go to my asshole brother's house, break in, get this family heirloom for me, and if you can prove that he's guilty of any crimes, great. Bring me all that stuff and the family heirloom, and we'll call it squaresies. So you guys kind of begrudgingly agreed. You're like, okay, fine. But to this end, Kellogg came, he offered assistance in a different way. One of his associates was a shapeshifter named Mayan. And so this very quiet, small-framed, white-haired girl was summoned through magical means to appear before you guys. She demonstrated her skills, and what is that?
Someone's heater.
Oh! I thought I was getting feedback for a second there. I'm like, how is it getting feedback? So anyway, so he provided his associates' assistance to you all for this endeavor, as it seemed to be more of a subterfuge and stealth thing. And he directly said, Kellogg said, I'm not a stealthy guy. I'm loud and fast. I either talk to it, or I blow it up. Those are the only two things I do. He said, I'm not suited for such a mission. But my associate is. And so he introduced you to Mayan and instructed her to help you guys to accomplish this goal, dealing with Icarus's brother. So there was that little story, that little adventure. You went over to his mansion, broke in, there was hijinks involved, snooping around, sneaking through stuff, hiding. But eventually you guys did manage to recover the family heirloom, as well as a number of other treasures, and a large sum of gold, if I'm not mistaken. Huh?
The mansion.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, the map!
Yeah. So, yeah, it was a success. You were unable to find any incriminating evidence, but you were able to get the heirloom, which was enough for Icarus. He was happy enough with that to release the remaining shifters into your custody. So, having completed this, you guys are, tying up loose ends and saying, or, doing some shopping in the city of Brass, when there's a very unsettling moment.
Oh god, yes.
There's a very unsettling moment in which the entire city just goes absolutely silent for a second. Like, everybody who's, normally there's hustle and bustle and talking and people shouting, get your fish, come on, fish, here, got gold for sale, or I got weapons for sale, all of this, banter and people talking, and it just, nothing. Just all of a sudden, everything just completely stops for a good, 5-6 seconds, and it's just, everybody looks at each other like, what the hell was that? And, there's just a weird cold chill. Even in the dead heat and smog of this city, of the city of Brass, it's just this weird cold chill. But everybody eventually starts talking again, and business goes back to normal as far as you're aware. But it was very spooky. Not long after that, I believe it was Garen. Garen and Rang, maybe, they're shopping around, and they come across a man who overheard them talking that they were going back to the material plane. This is a man who has, I believe, kind of longish, grayish hair, wearing lots of black. And turns out that this is, his name is Lloyd. And Lloyd has been kind of marooned here, looking for a way back home. He didn't mention how he got here, or what he's doing here, but he says that he just really wants to get back home. And since you guys said you're heading that way, it's like, do you mind if I, come with you? And Garen and Rang weren't really familiar with this guy, but, decided to at least hear him out. So they brought him back to the rest of the group. We all talked and said, well, okay, I guess it couldn't hurt. I mean, you haven't done anything to us to say otherwise. And so
You seem trustworthy.
you seem
enough.
trustworthy.
Yeah.
That whole trope, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just a regular old man.
Yeah. So,
You do have regular old man energy, to be fair.
So then the
Yeah.
party teleports or plane shifts back to the material realm. And that's almost where we're at now.
Didn't we fly somewhere with some griffins or something?
Yeah.
Wasn't there also some escapades of getting a portable hole down in like a bazaar of some sort?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Sorry, I skipped over that. So yeah, there was
Did we get one? Who has it?
sorry, backtrack just a little
Did
bit.
get one.
So during that shopping. So it was after
I had it.
It was after the mansion espionage part, when you were guys just shopping for items, getting cool stuff. Because it's the city of brass. It's one of the last chances you'll have to get a lot of stuff that you won't find on the material plane. Because the city of brass is, there's no laws. You can pretty much buy whatever you want. But even though there's no laws, there's still kind of laws that apply to each other, like each other. But you heard somebody, I forget who, he heard tell of a place called Barbo's Den that sells literally anything. And you tried to find this place many times, but you couldn't. It just didn't seem to exist. But it was Benny who eventually came across a tiny little placard sign, no bigger than just like a little thing about this big, like it would have somebody's address on it. Like you're going by houses and it's like, Ishikawa-san or Shizuka-san. It's just like one of those name placards. So it's just something about that size. It just says Barbo's Den. Not a huge sign, not something sticking out from the wall, just little metal placards just says Barbo's Den. And so Benny caught this, and he also caught like the arcane writing below it. And it turned out to be some kind of arcane riddle. And it wasn't very difficult for Benny being as magnanimous as he is with magics. And Benny's like, oh, this is easy. And so he quickly solves the arcane puzzle, knocks on the door in a peculiar way, and it transforms the insides of the door into some sort of teleportation chamber. Upon stepping inside, you find yourself whisked away to some random place that you have no idea where it is. The whole scenery is different. The temperature is different. The air feels different. Everything feels different. However, you notice that it's completely flat for as far as you can see, just filled with nothing but, just bits of cobblestone, little bits of weeds or grass growing out of the ground, and just every now and then a little stall. Looks like a stall with somebody standing there. And a moment later, you're approached by this strange figure floating on a kind of cloud. It was a very attractive looking female fox woman of sorts. At first you think she might be I forget what they're called, not Rakshasa. I forget what they're called. There's a type of fox demon.
Oh.
I forget what they're called. But anyway, at first you think it might be one of those, but it can't be that, because those demons are their head is completely fox.
Is that Arcanoloth?
Sorry, what?
Is that an Arcanoloth? One of those abyss-like monsters?
Arcanoloth? No, that doesn't ring a bell. I don't think that's it. But it doesn't matter, because whatever you're probably thinking, it's not in any books. I made it up, so...
Oh, well.
Yeah. It's
Definitely not.
It's a cross between two things. It's a cross between two things. It's a cross, and
Like Raksha says, those are real.
somebody.
She had a,
It might
she had a
have been
real
this,
sad story, though. I remember that.
yeah. It might have also been Benny who remembered the tale, but this is her name was actually. You know what? If you want to, her story. It's still in the. Yeah, it's still in the handouts menu. Like if you go to journal and down to handouts, I believe. Yeah, Yogzul.
Oh yeah, that one.
Let's see. I think there's a button I can push to share this.
Ravastrafa.
Yeah, Ravasta.
Because that sounds kind of like Raksha.
Yeah.
Also,
Uh,
just complete side note. What's Vecna's Bible doing in here? Anyway.
I got that.
Anyway.
That's the book I picked up in the study, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just get the file. Book of Darkness here, just hanging out.
So anyway, so you're approached by this very comely, although rather unique-looking individual named Yogzul, who claims to be who reside over this layer of the abyss. And it's the word abyss that catches your attention. Because you're like, what? We're in the abyss? Like, when did this happen? And then she says, that, you do not need to worry as long as you remain under my law. And she explains what this place is. It's just a place for anybody to sell anything they want, no matter what it is. It can be completely risque things. It can be detestable things. It can be just normal things. It can be whatever you want, as long as you obey her laws, which are very short and simple. It's simply, don't bother other vendors. Don't start trouble with other vendors. Your business is your own, and make sure that you always pay your tax to me, right, for lack of a better word. She demands profit, or like a piece of everybody's profit who wants to sell here. And so and that's it. But anyway, and she tells you what the consequences are if you do not. But anyway, so yeah, that's where some of you bought some of your more unique items. You also noted that within this layer of the abyss, there was like an exchange shop of sorts, where there was a man, not a man, it was a Githyanki, who named Spike, or I don't know, something like that. And his business was an exchange business. He took gold and silver and platinum and gems and things that the overworlds use as currency, and he would exchange them for the currencies that demons tend to use, which are souls. So you could literally buy souls in this place. And souls, the way souls are handled, is very unique. There's something called soul totems, or they're vessels in which souls can be placed and transported. If a soul is not within such a totem, it is simply free to go wherever it wants. Most times, the soul will fly off to its afterlife, going through the Raven Queen and then onto the astral realm to its final resting place. However, the souls of the damned, for one, or souls that have been specifically stunned by very strong magics, can be imprisoned in these soul totems. And there's a variety of different soul totems and the strength of souls in which they can hold, but that's technical stuff not related to the story. But anyway, so this Githyanki deals in this trade. So for a small profit margin, he'll exchange any amount of gold for any amount of souls, or vice versa. Because you found that upon trying to purchase certain items here, the vendors would not sell them to you for gold. And you found yourself having to actually go buy souls in order to purchase an item, which is very unsettling. So much so that Garen and Sturge took it upon themselves to spend a liberal amount of gold on buying these souls for the, no pun intended, sole purpose of.
You intended that fun.
As I thought it in my head, I'm like, oh god.
Yeah.
I thought it in my head before I said it. I'm like,
This is- JD, you fully embraced the dad role. Like, oh no, the dad jokes. Oh no.
yucca, 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 yucca.
Oh no, it's happened. It's
Anyway,
True dadification.
okay. So anyway, so yeah, I believe Garen spent an exorbitant amount of money on these wicker soul totems for the purpose of setting all of those souls free.
Because cleric's gonna cleric.
Because cleric's gonna cleric, and that's what she did. There was a very beautiful evening where you guys literally went to a bonfire, and they just tossed all of these wicker totems into the bonfire, which does not destroy the soul; it actually releases the soul. So there was just this
There's all
beautiful
this
sight.
screaming.
Yeah, there was just this beautiful sight of all of these like spirits just rising up from the smoke and finding their final afterlife.
Final Fantasy X sending scene.
It was really
it
nice.
was
Yeah,
really nice. It was beautiful.
It was very nice. It was very nice. And it was
And then I
very
believe we
touching
got
that
drunk.
Garen spent like all of his money to do that. Like, he just said, "I want to spend all my money." I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Wow, that's very in character," and I respect that. I respect.
Yeah,
that.
like genuinely, cleric's gonna cleric.
Anyway, so yeah, that was Barbo's Den. And Barbo's Den is only accessible from very few places in the multiverse. One door is located in the city of Brass, and there are other doors in other places, but very far and few between. Anyway, so, coming back from the city of Brass with Lloyd, the new member among your party. There is no direct planar shift portal that brings you directly to Column City, but you can kind of generalize it, and it ended up spitting you out somewhere nearby. But there was a little bit of a trek that you had to walk. Along this walk, there you came across a Gryphonaut Knight messenger who is being assailed by a group of aberrant creatures, and so. You helped that guy out. He thanked you for your help and said that he would, pass along the message that you guys are okay and to let you through. And you asked him, "What do you mean?" He said, "Like, yeah, the city's being shut off. No one is allowed in or out without authorization." And you're like, "Oh, what's going on?" And basically, it seems like the jelly rains have increased in frequency. The war on the Western Front is getting much worse. And all in all, like, Column is being pushed against the fence. Like, Column is really being pressure. A lot of pressure is being put on Column. It's having trouble defending all the places it's supposed to be protecting. And their military is just spread really thin. And so they've declared like a state of emergency. So with that, vouch from the knight, you guys are easily able to get into the city. I think Benny and Jais went ahead of you guys to take care of some. Yeah, Benny paid off a little bit of a debt. When I say a little bit, I mean more than a little bit, like 25,000 gold debt, which made something raise an eyebrow. Like, damn, Benny, like,
You got student loans,
how
man.
much do you
Sus.
owe?
Sus.
And I think Jais, you sent a letter and a magic item. Yes, to your sister and Title. Right.
Was I also on my way to go talk to somebody about finding my dad? I don't remember. I think that was like the tail end of where before
We
we.
saw like a vision of Jai's sister, didn't we?
That was down in Barbo's Den.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So basically, Yogg-Zul can take on the form of any. She can kind of see into your mind as far as your love interests go, both platonic and romantic.
He is not in love with his sister.
I know,
that is,
but
as much as sure. No. I'm just.
Murdering.
That
just
boy
so
gay. That boy gay.
Yeah. So anyway, but that's one of Yogg-Zul's powers is she can, she's very manipulative and suggestive, and she can look like whoever you find most attractive. And so, for example, when she looked at Garen, she turned into Yuna Lightheart, because She knew that Garen had a thing for Yuna Lightheart, and felt brokenhearted for
His poor feelings.
yes. But anyway, when you get into city, we're getting close to where you guys are now. You got into the city, and I believe that's when the Jelly Rain you guys are currently in started. Yes. I think that's where we are now. So, any questions?
How do fight help?
What is the secret of beating the evil pig?
Okay.
Can
So, yeah.
you summon the Tarrasque again?
Whose turn is it?
Okay,
What
so
are we
one
doing?
thing I looked up for you guys. So currently, it is Rain who has the rod.
Oh, I was supposed to say, we do need to know who has the rod.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
It is you, Rain. Rain, you
I'm
have,
gonna put that in my inventory.
you have the rod. You currently have the
You
rod.
got the rod.
Thank
All right.
you.
Yeah, you guys were indeed set upon by. Oh, yeah, you were set upon by a Jelly Rain because you were in the process of trying to find passage to Title, or at least Lloyd was. Lloyd said he wants to go to Title, and the quickest way is by teleportation. However, you weren't able to find out if that's possible or not, given the current status of the city, like whether they've got teleportation circles open or not. You were interrupted before we got to that point.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
This is just
Isn't
like a quick question about Lloyd. Did Jayez know that Lloyd, or did Lloyd say in front of Jayez that he was from Title? Or
I don't think so.
because I vaguely remember Jayez had like a sus feeling with Lloyd, but I can't quite remember.
I remember that I made a roll for each of you guys individually and came up with Bupkis.
Okay,
I made a roll because I know something about you guys that
yeah.
you may or may not know. I don't know. So you might guess
Okay.
metagaming wise. I don't know, but
Okay.
I know something. But you, as far as the two of you are concerned, neither of you have realized anything yet. But if you keep talking, I'm sure it'll come up
Okay.
again. And feel free to metagame opportunities if you want. I'm not going to
No,
stop
no.
you. I'm not going to stop
I
you.
just wanted to double check. Okay.
But right now, let's fight.
Okay, well, I just got one more question.
Yeah.
How long until the end of the world? Isn't it like a matter of weeks?
Well, like 2 days.
Yeah. Where are we on the apocalypse countdown?
Yeah, it's like a moon falling or something.
So okay, here is the prophecy of Ioun, or Ioun's prophecy, is what you're referring to.
Yeah.
So Ioun prophesies, and the whole reason that the Libram Legion was formed was to prevent this prophecy from happening. But the Libram Legion failed. But anyway, the Ioun's prophecy was thus. She said that on June 3rd, there will be an entity will appear in the mortal realm, which will spread a disease that will quickly spread throughout not only the mortal world, but the shadow, the ethereal, all the way up to the celestial and primordial planes themselves. It will not be stopped. It cannot be stopped unless we do something in advance.
What
I'm
if
sure
I'm
this was
vaccinated?
So, and
Scary.
guess what? Today is June 3rd.
Wait,
I'm
what?
sorry, sir.
Are we using the Gregorian calendar?
Do we know it's June?
I think we realized it was June 3rd. We're like, oh.
Did we know that?
That was what that shivering feeling
Oh,
everyone.
the big announcement and all of that.
Yes.
Okay.
So when
Okay.
yeah. Oh yeah, I totally skipped over that part. So yeah, I totally skipped over that huge announcement.
God's dead.
Collective hallucination.
Glenn, were you there
baby.
for that? I don't remember if you were here for that session.
I was there for that.
Okay.
I was there for that.
Yeah, like when that huge planet just kind of like moon crested the horizon, and then it went over to eclipse the sun, and then everybody just hears this psychic feedbacky message in their mind. It's just screaming at them, like to give them back the core.
Got a car.
But yeah, so
He was talking some shit.
so it's anyway, that it seemed to be broadcast to every living being on the entire planet simultaneously, which is an incredible power to have. So whatever this thing is not fucking around, and it wants something. It wants something called the core.
What's that?
It's definitely not the rod. Don't worry about it.
An apple core?
Yeah,
We know it's the core of the moon.
but you know this much. It says that until it's going to try and retrieve it by any means necessary, and until it does, it will sit here and let your world freeze. No sun. So basically, it has eclipsed the sun. There is no more sun. You're in permanent eclipse until it decides to move.
Or we kill it.
Yeah.
Right.
Which, it doesn't take a genius to figure out that over time, plants are going to die, trees are going to die, and then animals are going to
People are going to have seasonal depression.
Well, the drow will be okay, right?
Oh yeah,
As-
this is way up my alley.
as long as
That's
he has
fine.
Right. So,
Okay. So let's fight now. We know that it's today.
right. So, anyway, let me see. All right, I'm going to change it to
How do we fight?
Yeah, that's what we got to figure out. Okay, I got a whole playlist. for
Yeah.
this kind of
Also, a more logistical question: what is still left on the board, enemy-wise?
stuff. Well, there are some
Please.
things that only I can see because they're invisible.
All right.
As far as the turn order goes, I'm pretty sure this turn order is accurate because we usually stop at the end of the initiative, which means that the top of the initiative is Lloyd.
Yeah, we're pretty good about that.
Are we in this? Where are we? We're sitting at a table or not?
No, we're outside fighting. You might be sitting at a table. I don't know.
I'm at a table. Is that a problem?
I see Benny at a table. Benny's kind of sitting by a table.
I know someone's in trouble
Of course
on the
Benny
roof.
would be
and
at a
I don't
table.
think that's a table. I think that's a sewer of grate.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you're right. But I mean,
He had to take a
were
seat.
we in a field when we were fighting these guys or no?
No, that was
No, that was
fight.
before.
Yeah, that was the
other
beholder.
fight.
That was,
Okay.
yeah, that was
With the Griffin Knights and
yeah,
everything.
that was with the Griffin not Knight messenger.
Sturge, where the heck even are you?
He's right by you. He's literally right next to you.
I'm next to you.
Okay.
Right chair.
That's
Literally
me.
right next
It's
to
fine. It's just 6 a.m. I'm good. I'm good.
I'm as usual
Bye.
entirely across the battlefield. Don't worry about it.
He is also invisible.
Sturgis?
Yeah.
He is
What?
now.
Am I?
Are you?
I don't know.
All right, let's set this up.
I see a dead guy with a cross through him.
Yeah, everybody I can see is dead, but I know someone's in trouble on the roof.
All right, there we go. I got my
But I
We've
can't
been
see if
waiting
they're...
aberrant
for this
horror
roof
playlist.
for so long.
Hmm?
We've been waiting for this roof for so long.
I'm just having to go up on the roof. There's
Help
nobody
me.
there.
Okay, quick recap of what was happening in the battle last you know about. So yeah, there was two NPC kind of soldier people. One of them went a little bit up to the north there and got killed by one of the enemies. Another one is over here near Rain, jumped up onto the roof and is trying to climb up onto the roof. Let me ping it, over here, if you can see my ping.
Let me zoom out a little bit. Could you ping again, please?
Yeah, so she's over here.
I don't see no ping.
You have to
didn't
zoom
ping.
out and you might be able to see it.
I'm zoomed all the way out. Oh, no, I'm not.
Is it in the darkness?
Yeah, like you won't be able to see areas on top of the roofs yet unless you physically go there. Then I'll move your character up there so you can see it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, that's where one of the NPCs is. She yelled down to Rain, is just like, I see more of the little ones up here!
And I tried to climb on the roof.
Yeah, so I think that's
Or no,
where-
I was jumping. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Didn't she like fall?
I did. I think I was on top of this thing and tried to jump to the roof and didn't.
Last thing I remember Rain fighting was this little beastie here.
The little fell taint.
Yeah, no, this one's
Fell
this one
taint.
was a moon flea.
Fell
Sounds
moon
pleasant.
flea. Oh wait, no, the fell taints are over here. Never mind.
Fell taints are aka the tiny spaghetti monsters that
Yeah,
replicate
those are
and summon stuff.
those little dudes over here.
I mean, thankfully they don't take too much to kill.
So yeah, Lloyd, Sturge, and Jayez were fighting 2 creatures over here, which are currently invisible.
Was it 2?
Oh, lovely.
There's 2.
Oh man.
One of them is bloodied, you remember, and
Do I?
is the one I'm
Is
assuming.
this old man squid that's blooded?
Yeah.
Is he Is he dropping? Were we like following his blood track or something? We're like, wait, is he bleeding? Like, is all of them bleeding? Like, what is that?
Well, he's bloody just because he's at below half damage. But
Oh, okay.
anyway.
Well, and also just
oh,
okay.
yeah, so we're at
alright.
the top of the round. So we'll start with Lloyd. So
Shit, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
this is So we'll spend the next hour just remembering how to combat.
Can I make a perception check to find the squid?
You can. Yes.
Can I hear him breathing?
Do you know how to roll? So what you do to
And-
roll your skills is go to your character sheet.
Okay, where is that?
It should be under the journal tab.
Journal.
Looks kind of like a newspaper.
Oh yeah.
Then you should be able to find your character sheet.
It's a me.
No.
That's
And then to roll a check, you simply click on the name of the skill and it should roll if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while, but I'm pretty sure
Okay.
that's how it works.
so. What kind of action is this?
Just looking it's free. You can look.
Okay, I'll make that check then. Oh, I click on the number.
Yes. Yeah. So if you're making, there you go. So just like that.
What I get?
You
Oh,
got-
that's a pretty good roll on the die.
Yep, 34. Tell you what, I'm going to roll. I don't think I rolled these guys stealth, so let me see if I can. Now I am invisible, so that means that would be at a minus something. Been a while. I can't
Been a
remember.
while.
Wow.
Been a while. I don't remember the minus two. Okay, does anybody else have a PHB that can look that up while I look up something else?
I feel like it's a 5, but I'll look it up for you.
It's either
I
5 or
remember
10.
I remember the 3-5 penalty.
Yeah. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna go ahead and roll this guy still.
I'm googling.
It says looks around.
Looks around.
I do look around.
Where am I looking at? Aberrations. There we go. Aberrations. These in alphabetical order? Why aren't these in alphabetical order? Ah, there it is. Oh.
Oh
Okay.
man,
Well, you didn't see that one. Maybe you saw the other one. Hang on.
damn. What's an ancient Balhanana?
That's the old grandpa face thing you were talking about.
Oh shit.
That's let's see. And then the other one. Yep. Okay. Yep. I'm remembering stuff. Good.
JD, just a quick question. There's no invisible characters adjacent to me, right? Because I can make an opportunity attack if there are.
There are.
Oh, hey! Blind
thought
fight
I was-
activate.
Yeah, because I have on total concealment is -5 to attacks.
I also have ghost eye, so I get a +2 attack to any invisible enemy as well.
Nice.
Right. What was that? What was that, Sarah? It's -5 to attack.
It's -5 to attack. I'm still looking for because that's total concealment, which is what
maybe it gives you a bonus to stealth. Maybe that's
being
what it
invisible
is.
effectively gives you.
Maybe it gives you a bonus to stealth.
Invisible creatures.
That could be it too.
I'm still delving. We'll see.
Anyway, I rolled their stealth, so either way, even if it's a minus to you or a bonus to me, either way you didn't see them. So
Yeah.
unless on Jayez's turn, he can tell you something.
Yeah, but that's why I was like, if they move adjacent, I do get an opportunity attack on them.
They started. That probably already happened because they didn't move adjacent. They're already there.
They're just there. Okay. All right. Just double checking. All right.
Like for us, it's been 2 years, but for the characters, it's been 6 seconds, right?
I know. It's ridiculous.
They've been paused. Just yeah.
Okay,
Damn.
so Lloyd, you don't know like where they are. You know the general vicinity is somewhere over here by Jayez and Sturge, because you can kind of see them like trying to do stuff over here, but you're not quite certain the exact squares that they're in.
Well, shit.
On Jayez's turn, he can kind of directly say right here in this point, but you gotta wait till Jayez's turn for that.
What should I do?
Can you hold your action until we go?
Yeah, you can hold initiative. That's possible.
Okay.
I might be able to help you find them.
How does that work?
You don't need to do anything. You just tell me what are you waiting for, and then just tell me what you're waiting for, and then you go then.
Should I move in order to be somewhere, or do I just take my turn whenever the thing I specify happens?
If you want to set up like a triggered action, because there's two things you could do. You could set up a readied action, in which case you're waiting for a triggering event to occur, and if it occurs, you do what you said you're going to do. Or you can just hold your initiative, in which case your entire turn just gets shifted to somewhere later. But you have to specify now what you're waiting for. For example, you're waiting for after Jayez's turn, or you're waiting for Rain's turn, or something like that.
But also keep in mind, you may not know that I have that ability for your character, since we kind of just met. But the others likely know that I do.
That's true.
Also,
We're kinda
update
metagaming,
on perceiving invisible creatures. It just says you can make a check. I'm looking under targeting what you can't see, and it doesn't say that there's a penalty to it. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's just total concealment, and to know the square, you have to beat the stealth by 10.
Oh shit.
Be the stealth by 10. Right. So
To
basically,
know the square, you can still guess the
Yeah,
square.
you can guess. You can just pick a direction and be like maybe, and then just like YOLO and throw a knife, and maybe it hits, maybe it doesn't.
That's a great for
There's
you.
nothing stopping you from
But you
doing
can take a
that.
-5 to the attack.
Anybody in front of that square would be like, oh god, I hope there's a body in front of that. Else I'm just.
Well, I don't imagine this thing is gonna pop up randomly, so it's probably best to hold initiative till I get some kind of idea of where it's at.
Okay.
Right.
So do you want to hold until after someone's turn in particular?
Who's got better eyes?
Well, you can see the order of what's going to happen next. Do we know which guys turn invisible?
The two I just rolled stealth for.
I don't think we've seen them, but yeah. Yeah, I don't think we are.
Between Sturge and
Or they're not on the list.
Jazrael Lamshell Aquinmanith.
Yeah, it's my heritage name. It's wonderful. I know. Thank you.
Who is most likely to spot this monster?
I mean, I guess if you were looking out on the battlefield, Jayez is pretty he's very attentive. He's listening with his elfin ears, kind of
He's
hard.
right next to you.
Oh wait, this is like
Oh, he's not right.
metagamey stuff.
I'll be able to see on my turn, but I don't know if you want to wait that long or not.
Where are you guys at in this? Oh dang, you guys.
Is
are
Kim?
way
Is it a? Well, I don't know if is it a free action to be, if Sturge or Jayez was hold on a second, hold on, don't
I
wait.
will say this, Sturge, you do have the Ancient Malhanoth as your Oath of Enmity right now.
Oh,
I've got
which
that.
one's that?
It's
Invisible?
they're both invisible.
One of the invisible.
One of the invisible ones you've got marked with your.
Are the invisible guys on the list here, or no? They're invisible.
They're on. You mean the initiative list?
Yeah.
They should.
They are not.
Oh, they're only visible to me at the moment. But
Okay,
I'll go
good.
ahead and tell you. After Jayez, that guy's turn comes after Jayez.
Okay.
I guess I should float down to where Jayez is.
Okay.
I don't know how to do that, but
You just want to move?
I mean, hold initiative, so I'll be able to take like my turn.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. Down to where Jayez is?
Just
Yeah.
after
I
Jayez.
think I can do that. Let me see.
After him.
Yeah. Alright. Let's see. Jayez. There we go. Alright, there you are.
Nice.
Okay, so you'll shift your initiative over there. All right, next up is the moon fleas. Let's see, moon flea, where are you?
Okay.
All right, let's do this. Nib, how about you?
Oh, this looks familiar.
Damn it,
Woo!
you guys suck. None of my fleas are
Your dice.
know.
Those are your dice, man. I mean, 2
Okay.
years. We
Wait.
haven't rolled it. We haven't rolled anything.
Benny, you're go.
First, I have to roll a d20 for my turn currently.
Okay.
I guess I'll be using that later. How high is the roof?
The roofs, most of the first floor roofs are about 11, 12 feet up. The Dire Wolf Inn, which is to the southwest here, that one's higher. That one's a 2-story building.
Okay. So I can teleport 4 squares. Can I teleport to the top of the roof next to me?
Let's see, 4 squares?
Yes.
I would say... Oh, yeah, you can get up there. So you want to teleport up to the top of that...
Yep.
To your upper right, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, I'll put you up there. There you go.
I guess still loading because I can't see. Oh, there we go. And I see those fleas, right?
Yeah. Since you are up there, I'm going to... If you want to tell people... Do you tell people what you see up here?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of those flea guys up here, guys.
Oh shit.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to remove the vision barriers for this building since you are up there. So... lighting... That's not what I meant to do.
And
Oh man.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, I see why that lady was yelling at me.
Okay.
They're in a suspicious circle. I don't like it.
They're just
I
playing,
don't like it when they're in circles.
playing games.
Oh man, there's a
Actually, so Benny, since Benny is up there, you can also see on top of this building as well, because you're the same height. So I might as well get rid of this one since you can see it. So this is
what are the
okay. I want to take care of those fleas first, though.
the other buildings are a little bit too tall.
Dang.
Waka 3.
These there's a lot of enemies up here.
Okay, so what you doing, Benny?
Let's see here.
As soon as you teleport up there, like something at the far end of that building kind of looks in your direction and growls.
Yeah, that is a nasty looking guy over there.
I think we
Yep.
killed one of those last
You
time.
did. He's dead on the ground
Okay.
here.
Then we can kill him.
How big is burst 2?
2 squares out from you, or from wherever the burst origin is. So total it would be a 5x5 square,
Okay.
centered on the burst.
I think. How do I do that? Where's that rule?
All but one.
Yep, I think that's okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'll do. So I have a daily Wrath of Battle that I will use here.
Okay.
Each enemy in burst. This is a charm, so I get. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 5 rolls. They're gonna slide and attack each other essentially.
Oh, okay. Slide and attack each
I
other.
love it.
And if they miss, then they just take 15 psychic damage.
If they miss, then they take 15 psychic damage, just automatic.
Yeah. So basically, they attack. If they don't hit something in their attack, they take damage.
Okay, well they're minions, so they're all gonna die.
Okay.
So either they hit and they die, or they take 15 damage and they die. Either way, they're dead. So
Well, I have to hit
which
them
one?
first.
Which one remains? The top one or the bottom one?
The bottom one.
The bottom one remains. Okay, so all of these guys go. They all just go.
Well, I don't have to roll my attack though. I have to roll an attack though.
Oh yes, you do. Need
I guess it could be a 1.
Is it? It's not a save thing, or?
No, it's not a save. It's just an effect.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a standard action attack.
Probably not going to be a problem.
Okay.
But let's find out.
So starting from this one and then going around.
Okay.
Uh,
What's it versus?
it is. Where is it?
If it's a psychic thing, he probably will. Well, his
It doesn't.
their
It doesn't
highest
say.
their highest defenses are 15, and that's their AC, and I don't think it's against their AC. So, if you can beat a 14 on these, which is probably easy for you,
Yeah.
then like, what's your bonus to the attack? Is it over a 14?
It must be.
Well, my first attack here, I rolled a 1 and got a 27. So,
But a 1 is always a miss, though. So.
although I can replace that 1 with a 2.
Yes, I think this is just a don't roll a 1 situation.
Yeah. But it actually doesn't have an attack. It just says effect.
Oh, it doesn't say like 1d20 or
Yeah, just say like daily and keyword standard action area, target each enemy in burst, and then effect.
Oh, I see. The attack roll isn't from you; it's from each other.
I guess so.
So, okay, so yeah, they're gonna roll to hit each other. So basically, what'll happen is they're all gonna kind of start flailing around, like their little tentacles are gonna start flailing around, and they're gonna try and go at each other and wrap around each other and tear each other apart. And those that avoid all this, they take 15 psychic damage, correct?
Yeah.
And so those that avoid this just go, and they just pop. So, all right, so these 5 will all go pop. Yeah. Okay.
Yay.
Yay.
You burned a natural 1. Burned it ahead of time.
Okay. Rain, your go.
All right. I would also like to get me up on that roof.
Okay.
I want to use my Ring of Fey Travel,
Sure.
which can minor action teleport me 7 squares. Is that enough, or do I need to move up closer to the building
That's
first?
more than enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 would put you right next to the turretier lady up there.
That's exactly where I want to be.
There you go. You're up there now.
Great, thank you. And I guess seeing that Benny's kind of cleaned house, I think I'm gonna shoot.
It's kind of hard to see, but there's one right here.
Yeah, but like,
This guy looks like a way bigger threat.
yeah, that's why I'm like, I can just shoot him, which sounds like more fun. So let's bees.
First bees of the new year.
Oh, Hisashi Buri bees.
Hisashi no
yay.
bees.
First bees of the new year.
I was similarly gonna like try to do an AoE, but they took care of shit, so it's B o'clock.
Okay. All right, go for it.
I'm nervous.
No, it's fine. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
Hey, that's not bad.
That
It was a pretty
hit.
nice bees.
That is a hit. 34 damage and the target and each enemy just no
It's to
adjacent
take
enemies,
-2
but
penalty to
34.
attack rolls at the start of my next turn.
All right, so I will give him the bees status because I have that icon.
Give him the bees knees.
I love the fact that I'm so happy I made a bees icon just for you.
I'm my heart every time.
He
I'm
has-
thrilled by the
he has
existence
bees.
of the bees icon.
Okay. All right. And 34 damage. All right. Okay, so
Not
minus-
bad.
Is that right? Yeah. Okay, so yeah. So Rain jumps up, or she teleports up on the roof, takes her bow out, and like an arrow goes flying towards the thing, followed by a number of angry bees. Strikes it in his shoulder. The bees start to sting into it, and it seems distracted for a bit. Okay, that brings us
The bees
to
are back in town.
Jazz.
The bees are back in
Back in town.
All right. So it's from my understanding, there's invisible enemies adjacent me who need to get stabbed.
Yes, so you do have blind fight, you said, right?
I have blind fight and ghost eyes.
Okay, so yeah, you're like, you're right there. I can totally see you. What?
I'm like, bruh, okay. I'm gonna
Do you
use.
point that out to anyone?
Oh crap! I probably should. Wait, does Sturge? Do you see the invisible people or no?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, so yeah, I can point that out and be like,
But
oh,
I have some things that could help me see him.
Okay.
well, Jaya can be vocal about it. He's like, oh, you bastards thought you can get the lead out on me, huh?
All right. So if you point them out, then
I
so
know where they
for
are.
Lloyd and Sturge or whoever can't see them, there's one here. That's a big one.
Is that on the grate?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's just a big one. Oh no, he's big. Never mind.
It's 2 by
Okay,
2. It's 2 by 2.
he big.
And
Okay.
then there's a medium-sized one right in between you and Sturge, right here.
Oh.
Oh. It's like Sturge there on either side of us.
Yeah, we were just fighting them just before they went invisible, right? So
Yeah.
I think that yeah. I was like, all right, they're still on either side of us. Did we know which one was bloodied, or did we hear which
It's
one?
the big one,
The big
right?
It was the big one.
is my
Okay.
oath sense tingling?
Okay.
Sorry, what was that?
Is my oath bloodied or?
Your oath is bloodied, yes.
Oh,
Okay.
I know it means
Eh.
something.
Alrighty. In which case, we're gonna go ahead and get. Oh, how did I not use my assassin strike? Oh, well, it's not checked off. Okay, that's nice. That's good. That's good to know. On the bloodied guy,
Okay.
I'd like to do a quick lunge with a dash of assassin strike if it hits.
Okay.
But with blind fight, I also get a was it a +2? +2 to attacks, attack rolls. No, ghost eyes was a +2 to attack rolls on invisible enemies. Okay,
All right.
how do I get to my character sheet? Give me a second. Okay, there we go. Buttons.
And then
Got it.
Lloyd's up after this. You're on deck.
Okay, give me. All right. Quick lunge. Are you? Oh, damn it! No, I'm not next to a wall. Sad face. Is this your first attack of this encounter? And are you hitting? No. Yes, actually. Oh yeah, he's bloodied. I had so many. I like these questions. Do you want to attack Finesse's damage? I'm like, do I want to attack Finesse's damage? Sure, absolutely.
That sounds good.
Okay. Once we're going to attack, 37 versus AC, that will... Ooh, 37 versus AC? You said Ghost Eyes, right?
Ghost Eyes gives
Gives
me
you
the
a
+2.
A +2 to hit?
A +2 to attack rolls against them, but yeah.
That just barely hits.
Oh, thank God.
Just barely hits. Okay. The ghost eyes put you over the edge. Okay.
Yeah, thank goodness.
All right. So you shift 1 square. Do you want to shift? You're allowed to shift if you want to shift.
Let me see, because you said that one was here. Wait,
So you
that's
could
a button.
go up
One over here.
or you could go up or to
Up.
the right. Those are the places
Uh,
you can shift.
Yeah, he shifts back and then goes.
Well, that's okay. You might as well just stay there then.
Yeah,
Okay.
he basically takes up a winding thrust and goes yeah.
Okay. All right. So
Yeah.
you stab into him with. I assume you're using a dagger.
Yeah, he's using his dagger. Wait, did I coat that dagger in poison? Hold on, let's find out.
Is this
my
your-
notes
I-
say?
is
I
it-
love the implication that Jayez also forgets which of his daggers is coated in poison.
Where is it? This one?
One,
Hold on,
one
let
of
me
your
see.
daggers is ever poison, which means it's always coated in poison. I don't remember.
Oh,
which
that's
one.
probably. I'm fairly
As you
sure.
do.
Oh wait, I think I'm using the green boil oil or something like that. Yep. I can't.
Oh,
I can't. Yeah. Let me. Here, let me get my poison sheets out. Let me see, where is it at?
For the
Hold
time
on.
being, I will subtract this. 48. Nice.
Where's my poison? No, where is my poison? Where are you? It's green something or other poison. Crud, where is it? Let me get back to you on that one. I can't find it.
Okay. Anyway, so Jay is like jumps towards the creature, seeing right where it is. It doesn't
I
have
found
any
it.
eyes, you notice. So instead, you kind of jab for it, like right where you think it might have like a nose. You're not sure
Yeah.
where its senses are, so you go for that kind of tender area. And it looks like it really hurt because it just shrieks back and it's got these tentacles that kind of go flailing.
Yeah.
Kind of flails trying
Oh.
to swat you away.
And I found the green boil poison thingy. It's during encounters, the next enemy I hit with the weapon using it takes an extra 10 poison damage and cannot regain hit points.
Okay. So cannot heal. Oh man.
No regen. And take that extra 10 poison damage. You deserve that. That is all for you.
Okay.
Please enjoy this poison.
Please enjoy this extra poison
Okay.
damage. You're welcome.
So yeah, the poison starts to drip down from the front of its face where you stabbed it. Okay, Lloyd, it is your go.
Okay. So Surge has got some extra bonuses because this thing is the Oath, and that's like a limited number of times per day type of thing.
What's that? My oath?
Yeah.
He can always have one oath up, or is it two? So-
Yeah, that's. I might. Yeah.
I think-
2? Maybe 2.
I think.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of like curse. Once the curse and once that
Yeah,
thing dies, you can move the curse to something else. In this
Yeah.
case, it's like it's an oath. Once it dies, you can move the oath to something else or something like that. If I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
Okay.
Basically, I just focus on that guy.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
it's
just
just-
want to
it's
make sure you get the benefit of it. There's another guy
Yes.
just below Jayez.
Yes, right.
Okay.
right there.
If my oath dies, I can just choose another oath. It's not a big deal.
Okay, it's not a big deal. Okay.
If
If I get like
Also,
I don't know how
I think this is relevant to Lloyd. Apparently, he's vulnerable to cold 5 points based on something you do to it.
Oh yeah, I know what that is. That's really good. That means I can smack him real good.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I move, how do you make a pin of a place so you can see where I'm pointing?
You just
Oh,
click and hold. Click and hold
Click
until
and
it.
hold.
There you go.
If I move right here, am I flanking?
Yes.
Okay. That's 1, 2, 3 squares. 1, 2, 3. So here. And then I'll do piercing strike.
Okay.
And I should have combat advantage, right?
Yes. You got a +2 to your attack.
Okay. Submit. Do you have combat advantage for damage? What does that mean?
You just answer yes.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a redundant question necessary for the program. It's just, yeah.
Okay. Is this my first turn? No. Use sneak attack. Sure, why not? Submit. Use sneak attack for crit. I guess that's also a yes. Submit. Oh, we're rolling.
Oh.
Well, it's a lot of dice.
Okay.
48 versus
Dang.
reflex.
I believe that'll hit. Yep.
Wow.
Boom.
Yes. Okay. So, Lloyd, how do you want to do this?
Oh, sweet. So I can't see.
Yeah, it's kind of like you can't see
But
what
you're doing
hitting.
great.
You did wonderful.
I can't see. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going
I
to.
guess that's true. You wouldn't be able to see it to sneak attack it. But
Oh, is that how that works?
well, yeah, you need to be able to see what you're sneak attacking to sneak attack it. So,
Oh.
Even though, like,
I'll let you keep
even though-
I'll let you keep the 48 to say it hits. So you definitely hit.
Okay.
But we'll just redo the damage. So roll that one more
So-
time, but without the sneak attack.
So JD,
Okay.
even though like Jayaz would have like been
Yeah, because think of it this way: he knows where it is. He's standing
Okay,
there,
okay.
but he can't see like, oh, there's his jugular, there's his eyeball.
oh okay
Yeah,
particulars. Gotcha.
I think he still. I think he still takes the -5 because he can't see it. He knows the square, but
That would still hit anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Even with the -5, it still hits.
So we'll just do all that again without.
Yeah, just
Sneak
without
attack.
without the sneak attack.
We'll keep the hit, but the damage will change.
Yeah.
Okay. Submit. 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 No. No. How much is that?
Okay, so it's still enough to kill
You're
it.
sick
It's still
there.
enough to kill it, though. Good job. It's
Nice.
still enough to kill it. All right, so
You almost got Yahtzee as well.
Yahtzee.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a 4
Extra
point.
bonus.
Yeah, I got 666.
woo!
So I'm just gonna
Bibble went down to George.
see her stab something,
Okay.
and then I'm just gonna be like, just run forward and stab in the same place,
okay.
and I guess it's just gonna apparate in front of us.
Yep. So I will do that now. So it is. Blah.
Man,
So yeah, it just goes. It starts wiggling and flailing around, and then kind of crashes to the ground where it was floating.
nice. Also, I should have concealment.
You do.
now.
Yeah, you do. All right. So let me mark this guy as.
Boom.
Boom. Okay, one down. That brings us. It would be his turn, but he did. So we're going to
Dude.
the Turretier's turn. Remove this from that.
Oh, my new friend on the roof.
Yeah. So the Turretier is going to. She's gonna do her part and climb up here, take a shot at this Feltaint.
Well tanked.
Whew. Yeah, take that. Pop. Arrow goes right through it.
Nice. Bonk.
All right, that's her. Sturge, your go.
So the oath is dead. So there's another guy next to me, right?
Yes, Jaya's made mention that there's one just right there.
Okay, I'm gonna use my Ring of True Seeing
Okay,
as a minor action
okay.
to see the invisible creature.
All right, you see it.
Is it adjacent to me?
It is. It's right next to you.
Okay, so that was a minor action. I need to declare it my new oath.
Okay,
That's another minor action.
okay.
And then I need to strike.
All right. So that is now your new oath. I believe, yeah, the symbol of Ioun. There we go.
Can I see any other invisible creatures around? Like it just lets me see invisible creatures in general.
Let me look. There are no other invisible guys around you. It's just that one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this a...
That's a good thing to know.
Yeah, well, I thought I'd ask in
Yeah,
case
it's a
there
good,
was like
good, good question.
Is it a one square or a four square guy?
Well, you can see him, right? Oh, you can't see him. It's just a one
Okay.
square.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a medium size.
Okay. I will strike him with one of my powers. A medium-sized guy.
Okay.
Do I know what he is? Like, I'm wondering whether I should use a huge power or not. That's all.
Well, you can roll an Arcana check for maybe you know something. Roll
Like,
a-
have I fought this guy before, or?
Not exactly. You've fought things that look kind of like it. These things have unique eye abilities, you remember, but this one doesn't look exactly like other ones you've fought. So you're not sure what it does.
Arcana?
Yeah.
Did something happen?
Yes.
Yes. 28.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, so it looks like this. The last one you did had some sort of gaze attack that caused necrotic damage. This one, you think is like an aberrant version of that, and possibly it seems like this one causes your eyesight to go dim. It causes loss of eyesight.
Oh no!
It's not like a huge big baddie or anything by any means, but yeah. And mostly it uses claw attacks.
Uh-oh.
Like permanent loss of eyesight?
Not permanent.
Okay, sweet.
Lloyd's like, I already got one cataract. I don't need
Lloyd's like, I'm about to walk away from this fight, and all of you.
Okay.
He takes out his bifocals.
I can see that
I
I've
had
used
some of
some
those
powers already.
Old man energy, I love it.
Yes, I love one old man.
I guess I'll just bond or pursuit him.
Okay.
Is Lloyd the Sid of the group?
Maybe.
Oh!
Woo!
Oh,
Woo! Is that a crit?
It is.
Crit.
Coming out in crits?
What's
That's a pure
happening?
D crit.
Nice. Is it 2 attacks?
But he's my oath, so I rolled 2.
Oh right, yeah. You roll 2 and you take the higher. Okay, there you go.
Hey.
Boom, boom, boom.
Uh-oh. But one's a crit, right?
Yeah.
So what does that mean? Oh no.
All dice are max.
Everything
plus
is
whatever
magic.
effect.
Right.
And you get
So-
1 Banana Foster as a reward.
You get 1 banana Foster as a reward. Okay.
Also, I'm using a high crit weapon,
Ah.
so it does an extra 3 weapon damage.
Your weapon is 2d4, right? So that
Oh
would-
yeah, I think it is.
So it'd be 6d4 plus 6d4.
Plus 64.
Yeah.
So, is it max plus 64? Is that what we're saying?
it basically, if I max this, it would be.
Wait, I got it written down somewhere.
Okay.
I got it. Here it is.
I'm thinking it would be 34.
34
Yep.
plus 5d10? What's that?
Oh. Oh, is it maybe is a vicious weapon or one of those? What's your weapon's enchantment? Probably it's a weapon enchantment.
It's a... Oh, okay. It's a plus 4 blood iron weapon. I think that's the one I'm using. Yeah.
Blood iron. That's yeah. I think,
It's a
okay, that's the blood.
1d10 per plus.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I deal an extra critical hit damage at the start of my next turn. Oh, okay. And it's a high crit weapon.
So that's Jesus. Okay.
Oh,
So it'd be
it's-
5. So it's. Did you say it was a plus 4 blood iron?
Yeah.
Okay. So that would be 4d10.
Is it 40?
4d10 maybe you get one more d10 from something else, but from the
Maybe.
from the enchantment it would be.
Yeah. So I have it written down. It's 34 plus 5d10 plus 64 plus 4.
You probably have a feat like vicious critical or something. So yeah, that
Okay.
sounds right.
Wow.
Crits, man, crits are for him, like his class, like when you crit, it's just like, duh.
So how do I roll that? Where's the?
Here.
There's something formula I gotta write somewhere.
Or you can just use the calculator over here. Here, you want me to do it?
Yeah.
All right.
So I gotta roll something too, right?
What you can do to, if you want to type it, it's you do /R and then the formula. If you want to just use the calculator, you can just go to the menu and use the calculator.
What menu? What
On
calculator?
the side, there's like
A D20?
yeah, push that, and then you can just click on.
Ooh. Is this new or I
No,
just didn't
that's
know?
been there.
Okay. So change it to.
Like if you just click, let me try it. So 5d10. If I just click that, it rolls 5d10.
Okay. So I'll just do it separately, like 5d10 and then 64.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's 5d10.
Okay, 31. So you were at 34 to start with, plus 31, so that's 65. $65, 75, 83. Anything else?
Please say there's something.
you got any more in you? Do you have any more in you?
That's it for now.
No.
Just 84. That's it, just 84.
I wanted to pull out that extra 20 to
It's
get
still alive, it's still alive, okay.
that extra 16 to get 100, but yeah, that's enough.
Jesus. Okay, so you just after that the big one falls out of the sky. You immediately turn to your right and you just take this huge downward arc after you see where it is, because right now that thing is focused on Jayez, because apparently Jayez is the only thing you can see it, and it's totally not watching you. So you just kind of come out of nowhere and just like chop it, nearly cut. It's like sever part. Its arm looks like it's about to fall off. Like you cut like through his shoulder. Sorry, its left arm looked like it's about to fall off. Okay, so now it is that thing's turn. Okay, so it's furious that you just did that. So let's see. It is going to turn and see. Let's see. What can I do?
Is it bloodied?
Yes, it is now.
Okay.
It wasn't, but it is now.
Well, when my oat's bloodied, I get some defense bonus. That's all I'm asking.
Okay,
That's why I need to know. But
makes
yeah.
sense. Okay, let's see. I'm going to use.
Oh, here it is.
Okay. Oh, that's a good question. Let's do this. Ah. Okay. So it's gonna run this direction over here. And as it runs past you, say 37-inch AC.
I gotta look that up. What's my AC? Stats. AC 43.
All right.
It'd be 44 right now, but yeah.
Okay, well, it misses. So, it runs by you, takes a swing at you, but it hits, but it doesn't, it just kind of nicks your armor. It makes contact with your armor, but that doesn't quite push through your armor. Okay. That brings us to the thing on top of the roof.
Ooh.
So, way over here. All right, so this thing. There we go. Speed 7. All right, so it starts charging across the roof. let's see. Oops. That's not what I meant to do. Ah. Okay. So that's as far as it can go. So it's going to take its full full movement, charge directly at that turretier and make a let's see. Yeah.
Not my roof friend.
Okay. That definitely hits her.
Ooh.
So it just runs clear across the roof, jumps off of that little part there, and just comes down. It caves her head in. It just caves her head in. So.
Oh no.
So she just immediately falls back and skids a couple of tiles down and ends up over here dead.
We should have told her to go.
What did I miss?
Probably.
So that brings us to the end of the round where I roll for Jelly Rain to see what happens with the Jelly
To
Rain.
assume everyone can take care of themselves.
Yep, she is dead.
Oh no.
Right.
She's like, hey, get up on this roof and fight with me.
Are there any NPCs left alive now?
No, there were just the two helping you guys out at first.
Ooh.
I see the other one in
Shaga.
between the buildings.
Shaga. Where's this Shaga? 27.
Oh.
Okay, let's see. 2 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 9. 6. Okay, and then 29 was it? 27. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh wow. Okay. Okay, so Rain. As the little, the little globules of green gel are pelting down onto the roof, all over, making that kind of. Most of them are just little splotchy things, but like right in front of you, though, like a huge one just goes. It just plops right there on the roof, right there in front
Holy
of you.
crap.
Oh no.
And and like kind of stands up and starts like.
Okay, I thought you meant directly in
Not
front.
direct-
That's not bad. That's not bad.
that's where it ended up, though. Okay, that brings us to the Moonflea's turn.
Is that Garavar?
Garavar, yeah.
Are there any moonfleas left?
There's some on the other roof I saw.
Yeah, there's 2 around here.
Like when I hover on him, I can see his stats, JD.
You can see what?
Garavar's stats.
Oh, really?
Is that a problem?
Yeah, you're not supposed to be able to see that. I thought that
Yeah.
that's okay. I can fix it.
Okay.
Like, I thought it would only show it to me, but that's okay.
Okay, it's gone now.
Yeah, I just turned it off.
I'm sure there's a way to have it only visible to you.
Well, maybe not. Anyway, rolled 1 on that guy. This one.
There's a flea over there.
These guys are not having any luck. He's gonna move down
Good.
here. Okay.
We gotta get rid of these moon fleas.
Okay. Right. That makes their turn. Where's my initiative thingy? It's gone.
I'm no longer
Benny.
enjoying on the roof.
Okay.
Oh no!
So first,
Okay, you got Benny on the roof.
my
You'll
turn
be fine.
d20. Let's see if I can get 7's not.
I am comforted
Yes.
by Benny's presence.
Can I see those two guys?
Yes. Yeah, from your vantage point, you can see. I would say that the one. Well, when you say 2 guys, do you mean the 2 big guys or the 2 small guys on the other side?
two big guys near range.
Yeah, you can totally see them.
Okay. Do they have reach to
You're-
each other?
What do you mean?
I love you, John.
They're a square apart.
Oh, well,
Could they
you
hit
don't
each
know
other?
if they have reach or not. That's not something.
Yeah.
How long do their arms last?
Can they
Yeah.
touch each other?
I will say that the.
Well, that's
I will,
okay,
I will
I'll
say
solve
that
the
the
problem with
Garavar one, when you saw it attack that guard, looked
Yeah.
like it probably had a bit of reach to it. The other one you don't
Okay.
know. It just fell down.
Well, I'll solve the problem anyway.
Okay.
I have to move a little bit closer, I think. Yeah. So here's 1, 2, 3, I think.
I think as we keep getting used to the system, combat will go faster. It's just been a while.
Okay. I'm
Everybody's
gonna
rusty inside.
Rusty.
do 2 things. First, I'm gonna do Mass Charm on them.
Okay.
Because since I don't know if they have reach, I'm going to move them a little bit away and closer to each other.
Okay.
So I can move them. I can move them 7 squares. So I'm going to move the big one back,
Okay.
unless.
To here.
Or Rain, would you rather have me drop them off the roof?
Off the roof would be great. Then we can just take pot shots at them.
Yeah, I'm going to drop them off the roof because then the melee fighters can fight them. So I'm going to try and drop them off the roof. I know they get a save though.
Okay. All right. So so he gets to here, and I will go ahead and just roll a saving throw. Nope.
Oh no!
So, hey,
Oh, man.
20 could be used on something better than that. So he stops
That's
there.
true. That's true.
Okay, the other one's going to move right up next to him.
Okay. Like right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then at the end of that, they both attack each other.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. So I guess he'll go first. Let's do. Sure. Let's do that one. 42 versus AC. Does that hit you? That does hit, so this guy will take 46 points of damage. Ow. Okay. And the other one attacks him back, correct?
Yes. If it matters, they also get a +2 to the attack.
Oh, okay. Jesus, what are these abilities?
It's just
I'm
a-
just reading them. I'm like, I don't remember creating them. It's from the book, but
It's
like,
a basic
wall of mouths. What the hell is that?
Ori is
melee
crazy,
basic attack
man.
if it matters.
Mm.
Let's do that one. Versus fortitude. What is your fortitude? Okay, that also hits. Okay, so 17 damage and slid 3 squares, and I can teleport 3 squares. Okay, so 17 damage is the important thing. Alright, so they successfully whack each other. This one gets slid 3 squares. I guess it's up to where I want to slide him. So I guess he'll just go straight back. Or- yeah.
What about off the roof?
Yeah, I think straight back might be off the roof, so I'll roll another save to see if he can throw, or if he can throw him off the roof again. Okay, he fails. So, so that one, the Garavar falls off the roof here. Does he take damage? It's not that high, but it's possible. Let's see. I just need to make
Is he prone?
he might be. Let's see. Garavar, there you are. There you are, Garavar.
That sounds like a terrible children's book. There you are, Garavar.
Whoa!
Okay, he does not take damage. He's just there. Okay. Alright, but they did take damage from pelting each other with.
Did it teleport after him?
Hang on. Let me see.
Is that another nat 20?
It was, yes. It's good. He's burning them.
Yeah,
Get him out of your system now.
Burning them on frivolous shit. Okay.
That's what we like
Good.
to see.
Good.
Okay, I do 45 for damage. Oh, and I teleport 3 squares, so I guess it depends. Like, is there any flavor to this ability you're using, Benny?
Your foes suddenly stop dead in their tracks, howling in frustration as they lurch forward to attack their own allies.
Lurch forward to attack their own allies. So it's like a very momentary, like, attack their allies thing. So
Yeah.
he's when this is going on, he's in the mode of like kill the ally, just for a moment. So I guess he'll teleport closer to you. Yeah. So that'll be 1, 2, 3. So he'll just kind of. Okay. All right. Rain. Unless you want to
Okay.
move.
I already moved. I had to do that.
All right. I like this getting them off the roof plan.
One of them's still next to you, unfortunately.
Yeah. One of them.
Yeah. I'm going to try to teleport him off the roof. I'm using.
I just looked at this thing. It does not look happy. I'm just looking at this Shoggoth. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
It's a pixelated nightmare.
Yeah. Zoomed in on it. I'm like,
In the
ugh.
initiative yet?
Oh, you're right. He's not. The only reason he attacked is because Benny forced him to. I forgot to roll his initiative. There we go.
Ooh, 5.
Oh, that looks low.
He's low.
Okay. If I want to shoot down off the roof at that Garivar down there, would I need to go on the edge of the roof?
Given his height, I would say you're good enough. You're close enough.
Okay, I don't mind moving. I don't mind moving to the edge.
It's
if I
a
need
large-sized creature, so I would say he's got a little bit of cover. If you want to have him have no cover, then you need to get 1 square closer. But you'd have a small -2 to your attack.
to. Do I?
Run!
The edge of the roof there is kind of blocking a little bit of his body.
Oh no, I was just looking through my feats because I have so many shooting feats.
Is it Rod o'clock?
No, why would it be wrong o'clock? It's get off my roof o'clock.
Okay.
1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Rah!
Oh yeah. Oh, my inevitable shot ignores cover and concealment, but not regular shot. Yeah, I'll scooch on up to the edge of the roof. Give me a sec. I don't mind
Okay, there you
a
go.
bit doing that.
All right.
Because I'm going to use Fey Jump Shot and shoot both of them because it's 2
Okay.
targets. I don't know who you want first.
Doesn't matter. Up to you. Just declare which one you're shooting first.
All right, I'll take the Shoggoth first because I really want him off my roof.
Okay.
So first is him, and then second is the floor friend.
Okay.
Ooh.
First shot will hit the Shoggoth.
I chose correctly.
Yeah. First shot definitely hits the Shoggoth. The second shot, I don't.
Isn't that
think-
one?
Yeah, that's a miss then. Okay. Okay, so you hit the Shoggoth.
Yep. So 17 damage, and I would like to teleport him off of the roof, please.
Okie dokie.
Or at least attempt to. I don't know if he gets a save on teleporting, but
Teleportation, I don't think there's a save. If it was like sliding or pushing or shifting, then yes. But teleportation, as long as he has nothing to grab onto. Like if you just teleport him into the middle of the air, then
yeah, just 3 squares directly across.
okay. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So there's nothing he can do about it. He's there and then he falls. So
Love it. Love to see it. It's just what I wanted.
so yeah, he's just like, yep. Okay, let me grab his stats. Okay, so 22. That is enough to prevent 10 because yeah, it's a short fall, so it's enough to not take damage. Although I think he is prone from that.
Hey, I'll take it.
Okay, so let me mark him as prone. Yeah, prone. Okay. And oh yeah, the damage was what? 17. 17. Okay. 17. All right. Okay, still looks pretty hardy. He's not. It doesn't look like he's that hard.
Yeah,
If anything-
it wasn't a beefy
If
attack.
anything, the punch in the face from the
Moksteki is a
Garivar was worse. Punch
yeah.
from the Garivar was pretty bad. Okay, that brings us to Jayez.
Jayez looks over to Sturge and Lloyd, and he asks, like, should we take care of the tiny ones over there, or just go straight to the big boys over there?
Well, the fleas can duplicate, it looks like.
Fair enough, and Jayez is heading off that way.
I got me an oath. I'm on jihad.
Oh,
right
whoops, I'm on the thingy.
I heard they're minions, they only got 1 HP.
Seat. And I'm gonna just go ahead and take a crossbow shot to.
Well, this is a building, you know that, right? The Winnie's Apothecary?
Yeah, but they're right here, aren't they? Oh wait, is that a ledge?
Those! Oh, hell, I totally forgot about those.
Oh
I have
no!
not been rolling
We
for
could have
them.
ignored them safely.
I have not been rolling for them at
Oh.
all. Oh my gosh, okay, hang on. I got two,
Well,
so I got...
okay, hold on.
Right.
Oh, I have at least
Never
one
mind.
turn I need to roll for. Hang on.
Okay.
Is this the Feltane you're talking about?
It's like
Yeah, the little garden
Okay,
failsanes over there.
Oh,
they're
he's
over there gardening.
They're so small, even the DM like fails to remember them.
Man, this is
Oh, yeah.
great.
Well, lucky
No
for you,
need.
they did not replicate, but perhaps they would have
Okay,
run
well,
away. I
you
don't
know.
That's my bad for forgetting, so I won't say that they ran away.
Ooh, we're just there. Okay, cool. I'm gonna take a crossbow.
Yeah, I totally forgot about those guys.
Poor guys. They're just so forgettable. You're like, oh, they're so tiny. Where did they come from? And my little phasing hand crossbow. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. Oh no. Yeah.
Oh.
Alrighty.
Wow. Okay, never mind. It's a 1.
What do you, is it a 1?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Your damage was a 1.
Oh wait, no, my damage was a 1. Okay, sorry. Okay, no, it was 29. Okay, cool.
Yep, that'll hit. And crossbow
Even if it
bolt.
was a miss, it would have been half damage anyway.
Yeah, so the crossbow bolt squirts through the side, pierces it right through, just drops out of the air. Gone.
Oh, that's good.
Okay. And I already moved into that. I don't have. Yep, that's it. Alrighty, I'm good.
Okay. Lloyd.
Okay, there's an invisible feller around here somewhere.
Is there?
Yep.
Yeah, the Nothic is still alive. He's probably like smelling you right now.
Ah, lovely.
Can I make a perception check?
You can, yeah.
I didn't
Okay,
realize. I don't know. I don't know why I thought we already killed it. I was like, I guess I
Let
could.
me
All right.
see.
I thought we only had 2 invisible baddies. My bad.
What was that?
I got to roll for
I
stealth.
believe that is somebody rolled a 20.
Uh,
I'm
Oh,
rolling
man.
20s on non-combat related things.
oh man.
Wow.
I got a 39.
Well, I'm
If it
still
makes you feel
gonna
better, I
roll.
just realized my attack was a crit earlier and I didn't see it.
Oh,
I'm still gonna roll anyway.
okay.
You never know.
You never know. Oh!
Is it a crit off?
That is like
it a
it's
crit off?
Crit off!
It's a crit off. It's
Rollies.
Rollies.
Wow.
You know what?
Whoa.
I feel generous. I'll give rollies to you. Even though technically I won that because it's not an attack, but it's fun. So he's like hiding and you're just watching, and he's hiding and you're watching. Let's do it again.
It's the most
Okay.
intense
We both
scaring
rolled a nat
contest of all
20. We'll
time.
do it.
Do we roll the same check again,
Just
or do
yeah.
we just roll
Or
a
just,
nat
like,
20? Or
Just roll a
D20?
20. Just roll a 20.
Okay,
Just roll
that's
1d20.
over here.
Ah! Yes!
Oh, and then
Oh, did I get it? Did I get it?
Hey!
Yeah, by one.
Woo!
You got it by one.
We love
Okay.
to see it.
Where are you
You
at?
just pick up. You barely pick up something. Because it's so close, I'm not gonna tell you exactly where he is. Like, I'll just give you the inkling. He's in your. Let's see, from where you are. He's to your southwest.
South?
If you go
Holy crap.
down, like southwest. If you go southwest, he's in that. You saw movement to the southwest,
Hmm.
kind
He's
of over
probably
over near the building.
There's probably a puddle of blood where he is on the floor.
How to go about? Well, he can get like an opportunity attack if I move past him, right?
Yeah, you saw.
He
You
could.
think he's really. You think he's right next to the wall. I won't say
Oh.
which square, but he's in a square next to the wall. So
Okay.
you're not gonna run past him.
Okay. So I mean, if I move that way, do I just like choose a square?
Yeah, you just choose a square and take a swing.
Okay. Do I have any kind of crazy like?
If you
encounter
got
power?
AOE, there's no penalty.
No penalty. I definitely got some kind of AOE. Let me see. Where is Steel Entrapment? That's Close Blast 5.
That'll work.
Okay. I mean, that might be my only AoE because it's kind of it's meant for a lot of people,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they can't see it, so it's like it's over there. It's kind of blast the area,
Yeah.
and then something will hit it.
Yeah, I don't see anything else that I have, so I'm gonna. Is Close Blast?
Close blast means it's like Hadouken. It means you pick a direction from yourself, and then it'll be a 5x5 square, not centered on you, but blasting
In front.
from you.
Okay.
Basically, just nuking his general direction, which I like.
Southwest. Okay. Let's see. 5x5.
Okay. So
Uh,
if you just pick,
This is the roof, right?
yeah,
So I need to be around here-ish.
yeah. So
Uh,
if you pick an area around there, and just tell
I
me
mean,
You can
basically
draw
like.
shape.
well, Jayez, with Ghost Eyes, Jayez could also. Would he also? No, wait, no. Was it Blind Fairy
So like
Ghost Eyes?
if you did a blast
size.
from where you're standing,
I
you
could.
could do like 5x2. You could do like this. This is a 5. This is a blast 5.
Oh, I could do that?
That's blast 5 from where you're standing now. Or you could do like.
So I can do it
Or
diagonally.
you could do it like this is also blast 5.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a 5x5 square, and you just got to be on the edge of it anywhere.
Give me the diagonal one, and I want the furthest edge from me to go right up against the wall.
Okay. Okay.
Even if I have to, like, scoot around a bit to get the right
You
position.
want, this would be, I think, what you're saying. Like this.
Yeah, right up against the wall.
Okay. We can do that. All right.
I
roll
should
it.
move
Do you
one
mean the
up.
south wall or the?
No, you from where you're standing. Oh, you want to go farther to the? Or sorry, what do you mean?
Can I do it like this, where I'm
Fr-
standing?
Yeah, where you're standing. Can you see my red
Yes.
box? Yeah.
Yeah.
So from where you're standing, you could do that.
Okay. I'm cool with that.
Okay. So
Uh,
all you gotta do is roll it.
I guess I gotta go to my character sheet and find the special ability. Power. I'll click the power button. Steel entrapment. There it is.
What are you doing? Like throwing a bunch of daggers or something? Or-
Yeah, basically.
Just throwing like a whole bunch of like shuriken, like.
Since I'm an ice dude, though, I'll say there's like a blizzard in that square.
Nice.
Roll. Did it?
Wow. Okay.
What's going on?
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's-
It's
yeah,
an
very
area
cool.
of effect. There's lots of attack rolls. It's meant. So we'll use the first one for the hit. So 42 versus fortitude. 42 versus 42. Haha, get it? It's
Ha. You're such a dad. Ew.
God damn it, I keep drawing shapes because I click off the menu. Show defenses. Nice fortitude. That's a hit. That is a hit.
Woo!
Okay, so 31 cold damage. And the target is immobilized and gains vulnerable cold 5 until the end of my next turn. Armor? If you had combat advantage when making this attack, oh, this is granted from your armor, I see.
Yeah.
Targets that you have combat advantage against, which you do not, so ignore that. Okay, so basically it's 31 cold damage, and that'll do it. All right.
Woo!
How do you want to do it?
So I turn over there, and I just like noticed that there was movement, and I just, without even looking that direction, I just put my hand out, and there's like a giant blizzard that happens over there, and then there's just the dead body of the Nothic frozen on the ground.
Nice. All right. There's yep.
Guys
And
turns like, oh, that's effective.
there he is. So
Woo!
yeah, he's kind of
Look
like
at it.
you caught him in like where in the world is Carmen Sandiego pose, you know, like looking over his shoulder, like
He's just frozen.
he's just frozen there. You've also like cased like half the side of the building. All the windows are like completely frozen over now. But
Sweet.
yes, okay, great. All right.
He thought he was safe.
I saw you move over there.
Alright, so that guy's gone. Woo! Some garbage in. There we go. Bye bye. Okay. Let's see. How do I get rid of this thing? That's it.
Feeling good.
There we go. And click on you. No. Click on that one. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Excellent. Okay. Sturge, it is your go.
Oh, is it?
I guess so.
Oh, it is me.
Yep.
All right. Where's the bad guys near me?
Well,
They're all
there's-
dead.
There, according to Benny, you know there's some on the opposite side of the apothecary, and there's also a little tiny one over here. They're all minions. The other big ones are.
Okay.
You can see the big ones off behind you over here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the shot.
them off the
Oh, yeah.
roof.
Yeah.
Those are Sarah's.
Yeah, Sarah, you deal with both of those. You'll be fine. You're doing great.
I'm fine. Don't worry about it.
You got this. I believe in you.
Benny supports.
Benny support.
Thank you, Benny. It's raining Benny and the bees.
Yep.
Benny and the Beast.
Sounds like a band name now.
Yeah.
I
That's a
know.
beautiful
Benny
band
and the
name.
Beast.
Definitely start a Bard clan with that.
Damn it.
All Bard One Shot Part 2.
All right. So what's Sturge doing?
I guess I gotta get over there and fight these shaggy guys.
Do it.
How far can I move?
I'm planning what to do with this Gary VR. I know what I'm going to do with him.
Where's the speed listed? Oh, here it is. Okay, I got it.
I know it would be really fun for you to do with him. But
Oh, I totally know what I'm going to do.
But I don't want you to do it. I desire to be wrong.
Okay. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I think-
okay.
We'll get to the Jelly Rain and then the top of the initiative, and then I'll probably have to call it there because I got to get ready for Sean to come home. And then we'll
Okay.
pick up next time.
No.
But so
Is
yeah,
Sean in school right now? Like,
he's-
is he in
he's,
preschool?
yeah, he's going to what do you call it? The nursery school? Sure, yeah.
Nurture? Oh, okay.
Yoichin.
Aw. Yoichin. Aw.
Okay. I think I know what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Now let's see if I can do this. Oh dang! How do I move my guy?
Just click and drag. Make sure you're on the select move arrow
Okay.
corner, and then make sure. Well, you don't have layers, so I guess you're already on the token.
Oh, here I go. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6.
If
So I
you
moved 8, and I noticed I used my aspect of might last time, I guess. So it gives me a +2 to my movement.
okay. For
It
your
also-
reference, you can tap when you're while you're clicking and holding your token. If you click the Q button, it'll show you the arrow how far you're.
Oh, okay. And then I see the Shaggoth. I will
Things
try.
he says, these weird big mouths coming off both sides of the body.
Do I have any more charges left?
Quite disturbing.
Yes.
I think I've already charged a lot. So I think I'm just gonna shoot him in the eye
Okay.
with that thing I do. Okay?
With your
So-
finger?
Oh, the
Yeah.
finger guns.
Yeah, the finger,
Pew, pew. I like pew, pew. Finger gun attack.
the finger gun is Radiant Vengeance.
Okay.
It kind of reminds me of Spirit Gun from Yu Yu Hakusho, honestly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Du-
totally.
du- du-
44 versus reflexes versus the Shaggoth.
Shaga, yeah.
Shaggoth. Shaggoth.
Try Guy. Yeah, Try Guy.
Yeah, it's versus reflex, yeah.
That'll hit. 23 damage. Okay, 23. So. All right. Is he bloodied? I think that just barely bloodies him.
Okay,
Yeah.
and
Nice.
he's my new oath, by the way.
Ah. Okay.
And I guess I'm done.
All right. That brings us to Garivar's turn. So yeah, given his height,
Yeah.
and he knows where you are because you just
Yeah.
shoot him. He just goes.
Yeah. This is what I was anticipating.
So he just reaches up and tries to grab your foot. And
I
then-
love it. I hate it. I love it.
All right. So he's gonna reach up, attempt to just grab you by the foot and slam you down onto the table with all the food. So let's see if he can do that.
I almost hope so. That is badass.
44 versus AC.
Oh boy.
I'm guessing that hits.
I mean, my AC is 31.
Yeah. Okay. So it just reaches up to the roof, grabs you by the foot, and goes.
Oh,
It slams you down onto this restaurant table right here, and you are.
I believe our teenager is in danger.
oh,
And you take 47 damage from the hit.
Damn.
I love it.
Brutal. Okay.
Our teenager is in very danger.
Okay. All right. Also, last but not least, a roll for Jelly Rain at the end of the round. Let's see what happens. Maybe nothing. Maybe something.
Let's hope nothing.
Another Shaggoth.
God dang it.
Okay. Where did it land? 24, 25. That is roughly.
In front of Giants. I'm like, God damn it.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah, I can do this. Oh, I see. Ah! Why didn't I think of this sooner? This will work great. So if I put him here, and then just do the Q button. 20. Ooh. What the hell? No, that is not. No, that is not what I want to do. Q 24, and then 25 down. B. That's 15, so another 10.
Very true.
Right there.
Poor Rain. Can't do it.
Okay, so Jazz and Lloyd. So as you guys are kind of cleaning up the things around you, right in between the two of you, a big old blob just got bursts open, and out of it another pod just kind of opens up, and this weird thing, just all these mouths on it, just starts like gurgling. And
Well,
As
I'm
you
Yeah.
hear a
dead.
crack of shifter back on the table.
yeah. And that is where we will cut it off for tonight. So yeah, so the
Lovely.
combat I think is starting to we're starting to figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, we needed to do the whole recap and everything. Oh my god, I knew you were gonna rip her off the roof. I love it.
Okay. All right. So when do you guys want to play next?
Is Monday not the gonna be the norm? What is happening?
Well, yeah, I just want to make sure. I don't want to assume like somebody might have something come up. So just want to. I mean, yeah, sure. Mondays are gonna be fine. I think. If you guys still
Okay.
want to do. How are you, Kenya? Especially 4 a.m. is okay, or do you want to push it back an hour? Or
I'll be fine.
are you sure?
I'll be all right.
Okay. I feel bad. It's like
No, it's I chose this life.
okay. All right. Well, I am glad to be back in the swing of things.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. I like this map. Like, it's one of the better ones I've made.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
JD,
love the different heights of everything that you can be up and down on stuff. It's nice.
Yeah. As for range,
You gotta start outsourcing your stuff, man. You can get paid big dollars for this.
I might be able to sell some of these. I use Incarnate. It's a map making tool.
Yeah,
I pay a subscription fee for it, but it's totally worth it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, this looks great.
For virtual tabletop, it's a must. You have to have something like this. It's. Can I just show you guys a sneak peek of something?
Absolutely.
Let me see. Something else I was kind
Yeah,
of.
because the world ends today. So
I mean, theoretically, I think we got time. He just said he was going to start no sunlight. I think we got time.
At least a little bit.
Got a little bit of time.
So basically, the whole end of the world thing. So like, June 3rd is the beginning of the end. If that makes
But-
sense.
Isn't
It
there
completely-
something like
So we can
The
Yeah.
apocalypse has started.
stop it in the middle of the apocalypse. We're good, guys. We got this.
But isn't there something like the gods will go dark as well or something?
Yeah, we can't.
Yes.
Who
As
needs them?
now,
If you have a particular relics, like, there was some flexibility in it, right?
yeah. So
Wait, Are the Ioun relics? Do those count?
any like artifacts, got like divine artifacts that were provided, act as
like
a sort
Kultan.
of like divine battery. Because normally people's divine spells are, for lack of a better word, plugged into the wall through their deity. So they have there's a direct connection. There's a direct connection, but now that direct connection has been severed, and so only those with a divine battery of sorts, aka a divine artifact, are able to wield divine magic at this point.
Okay, so that would have been.
It's not really that they're still in contact with the god, they just have divine energy.
Yeah, they
stored.
have divine energy
Okay.
stored elsewhere.
That makes
So
sense.
That's
Okay.
God really is dead.
so. Can you guys see,
Okay.
see right now, or you can't see?
No, I
Black
can't see
square.
anything right now.
All black.
I wonder.
Very black.
It might be loading. I don't know.
No. I think what it is
you might just have to scroll.
dynamic.
This is what the end of the world looks like.
So this is
black.
about
It's
the
all
boy.
I zoomed all the way out and it's still black.
Me too.
How about
Yeah.
now?
Oh, no,
Oh,
there
there we
we
go.
go.
All right, there we go.
Okay.
Ooh, what's it?
What do you think?
Wow.
Oh,
That's pretty.
I mean, it's beautiful.
This is
some kind of
some of
portrait.
What
you,
is that?
I will not say what this is. I will just tell you the name of it, and some of you will know what that means, just based on your backstory. This is O'Driscoll Manor.
Oh!
I knew it looked familiar.
I don't know what
Says Jayas, the character, and not Kenya, the player.
I see.
So
Is
yeah,
that green tea?
Jayas will know this, and
Very well.
Lloyd will know this.
Yeah, I know this
Oh.
from Jayas' backstory. I don't think Rain knows much
I'll know
about
it.
But...
Lloyd knows.
Oh, well, here, let me do this real quick. Let me.
Lloyd knows it, but Glenn does not.
Exactly.
Sarah knows it, but Rain does not.
I'll whisper you. Hang on.
Whispering time.
Yeah. So, O'Driscoll is the leader of the Red Scales sect in Title.
Ah.
So you work for the Red Scales, right? Your official, public display is you're a carpenter. However,
Yeah.
your secret life is you actually work for the Red Scales,
Secret.
right? So the Red Scales are kind of like an assassin's guild,
Hmm.
and you work for them. We didn't really decide whether you were an actual assassin or you did other functions. We can do that later. But anyway, in Title, the city Title, there's an elf named Wine O'Driscoll, who is a very wealthy guy, and his public face is he's just this wealthy guy who owns a vineyard, but he's actually kind of like the I guess you could say liaison, or the guy in charge of this sect of the Red Scales. So you report to him. So you would
He's the
definitely
boss.
know who he is, and you would definitely know this place. It's
Nice.
It's filled with secret entrances and exits and tunnels under the city and all kinds of stuff, which you would know about.
Nice.
Okay, just now you know.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
Thanks.
no problem.
It's true.
Okay, all right. there.
I know.
Glenn has received the information.
I've been enlightened.
I know kung fu.
Yeah.
Show me.
All
I
right.
knew Lloyd was suspicious. I don't know why he's suspicious, but he's suspicious.
Okay. Anyway, so I guess we'll meet same bat channel next week then.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
All right.
Okay.
So I'll see you guys next Monday.
Yeah, y'all have a good night. It's so nice to be back.
Yeah.
You
Y'all
have a
looking-
lovely morning.
Y'all are looking awesome. Oh man, I'm just so happy to see y'all.
Oh,
I know, it's really nice to be back.
You might see me next week. I'll try to be more presentable and not.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
You guys can stick around if you want.
Oh, what that? Oh yeah, I got one too. It's on my fridge.
Yeah.
Kenya, it's on my fridge.
See, I don't know if you can't see it from here, but that picture on top of the picture.
Aw!
Yeah, there.
Yay! I'm glad they made him safe. I was like, I hope it's not awkward, but I would have sent Christmas cards.
No, it was really sweet. And
Yeah.
Fred was over the other day. He's like, "Is that Kenya's man?"
It sure is. He just,
I played Monster Hunter with them.
yeah. Also, more than happy to play more Monster Hunter, JD. I think this
great.
semester I might have more openings because I'm more on top of my shit.
Okay. I mean,
Blessed.
yeah, I'm on official not vacation, but no classes time. So
Yeah.
I got plenty of time.
Oh, no.
Awesome. Okay.
Hit me
Yay.
up on what is it?
Discord, yeah. Also, if any of y'all play Monster Hunter World, be happy to have 5,000 more players to play with as we.
Monster Hunter World, you know you'll want to.
I don't, but that sounds lovely.
Pretty fun. I think Monster Hunter was it Rise? Is that the new one
Rise
that just
is
came
the new
out?
one.
Rise is out, yeah.
That one's I haven't bought that one yet, but
I'm not buying it yet because I'm not done beating the crap out
World.
of this one. I
exactly.
haven't collected everything yet, so I'm very.
I haven't murdered
particular.
all the monsters yet.
Oh, I've definitely murdered all
And
the
if I
monsters.
had time in my day to murder all
Oh,
the
I've definitely
monsters, I
murdered
would
all the
pick
monsters.
them.
Maybe many times, but.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Have a great day. I'm gonna go pass out for 4 hours.
Please do, yes.
Yay. So see you next week, hopefully.
Yep.
See you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye.
Oh.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
total?